gets the troops right to the line, and on the first down throw, goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Ryland Rodalonis. 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again looking for fish, and this time the pass is on the money. St. John's Prep.
Wow.
This one's good! And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Four-man rush. Throws across the body. Looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. And look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good! Got a first down and then some. He's got a burst to the right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. It's the Bolin. Great cut. He's going to turn on the Jets. Morrison again through the hole. Look out. On his first carry tonight, the junior Brooks Connors is gone. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Bedford. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for this 2025 NHIAA Football Division I Semifinal matchup between the Nashua South Purple Panthers and the Bedford Bulldogs. Two teams on a collision course with just one ticket to next weekend's championship on the line. The place is already packed. As you can see, a line almost a mile long of cars still trying to fight their way into the parking lot. This place buzzing. A little chill in the air tonight, little fog, a little bonfire smell as well, all setting the stage for this November battle. Bedford undefeated during the regular season. They are the top seed. They are the unofficial favorite. And led by head coach Zach Matthews, they are in search of their third championship in the last 4 seasons. Nashua South, under first-year head coach Josh Porter, has got the Purple Panthers back in the semifinals for the first time over a decade. And they have been led by senior quarterback Cody Jackson, one of the finalists for the Ukeka Player of the Year award. He has been spectacular as of late. So anyone's guess tonight between Bedford and South.
Yeah, before I get started, Nick, whoever's burning that wood, if it's in a stove, you better get a chimney clean. I'll tell you that, and I'll leave that at that. But having said that, looks like it's subsiding a little bit. It was getting pretty heavy there. Hey, Josh Porter and Zach Matthews, we had the fortune of having both of them on our Gridiron program last night, every Thursday night. And you can see why this team is efficient. Their teams are efficient. They're in order. They're structured. It's a program. The conditioning of these guys, after listening to those coaches talk last night, Nick, it's no surprise. That's what we have in the quality programs. And both of these teams are here tonight playing each other. Whoever gains this one gets an opportunity to go on and play the winner of another game tonight, well underway, Pinkerton and Salem. So glad to be here on NFHS, Nick, to be able to bring this game, and I'm looking forward to a beauty. These quarterbacks are for real. I was watching both of these guys throw in practice. They haven't lost anything. Let me tell you, they throw rockets down on the outside, Nick. They throw like college quarterbacks. They have tremendous arms, but it's their minds and how they process the game and take the mission from the coaching staff that makes it what it is. It's going to be a great game tonight. I can't wait.
Jackson for Nashua South, nearly 66% on the season.
Unreal.
Just under 2,600 yards and 29 touchdowns, only threw 3 interceptions. On the other side is the dual threat for Bedford, the coach's son.
Tremendous.
Senior Bennett Matthews, a 4-year varsity starter, a former receiver, and a first-year quarterback.
Good evening, ladies
and again,
and
he has been just as good, really, as Jackson over the course of the year.
They're good in what they do. They both have their strengths. The thing is, they both can run the ball, so it just drives the defense nuts. Second thing they both have, Nick, is velocity and quick release when they throw. So if you're a defensive back, you just have to play the receivers so tight, Nick. You can't give them any space because they're going to deliver the ball. Such a supporting cast between Fish and Levine, Brody Helton, Brian Durso. These guys, this team is loaded with offense and defensive linemen. They get a pass rush. They can block multiple schemes. They can rush multiple schemes. Their defensive backfields are stellar. They're fast. They have great recovery speed. These two teams are here for a reason. Yeah. And let me tell you, whoever faces them and the winner of this in the finals, they got a full load. Both of these teams have a full load with each other. Can't argue that Bedford is probably the perceived favorite, but you just can't go there tonight. This game is starting at 0-0.
All right, let's send things down to the field. The Bedford High marching band set to play the national anthem.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
A fantastic job, as usual,
agreed,
by the Bedford High marching band, setting the tone for the upcoming kickoff here. Semifinal action. Bedford, the top seed overall. Nashua South, the number 4 seed. After a 7-2 regular season campaign, tournament wins over Londonderry and Bishop Girton. Bedford got a bye in that first round before they handled business on this field a week ago against Winnicunnet. Captains are meeting at midfield. We'll get your keys here, Steve. Obviously, things focus around Brody Helton for Bedford. Can Nashua South contain the star running back?
That's a $64,000 question, is it? That's why we're here tonight, to see greatness and see how well greatness can be contained. One thing as far as quick keys, Nick, obviously let's get past fumbles. We already know what that is. It just gets redundant in turnovers against two quality teams like this. It's going to have a factor, no doubt. Beyond that, I think there's two things. Bedford has got to get great coverage on those receivers because Cody Jackson, they got to get two things, a pass rush, and they got to get Cody Jackson's receivers tightly covered because if they give him any space, it's in the receiver's hand before they start. So that's going to be a big challenge for them. What does South have to do? I believe, Nick, they've got to keep Brody Helton and they got to keep Bennett Matthews together under a combination 150 yards. If they can do that between the two of them combined, I think they have a solid chance of winning this game, Nick. Secondly, and last point, Bedford has got to get Cody Jackson uncomfortable. What game don't you have to do that against a great quarterback? Bedford's got a great pass rush, but they got to contain this guy because he's a great runner just like Bennett is.
Bulldogs in their home black uniforms on the near sideline. And Nashua South as the visitor in their road whites.
You can feel the buzz.
The crowd is packed. Temperature at about 38 degrees. We have a standing student section as expected. To our left, just behind the cheerleaders.
A line all the way down Nashua Road, Nick, as far as I can see through the trees. And they're all down County Road as well. This place is going to be jammed, and they'll be down the sidelines here on the end zone by the snow removing equipment as well. We got our Matt Beals down there on the left side of the field. We got John Barron on the right, and Kirsten up here, and I got my good pal Nick to call the game and cover my butt for the next 48 minutes.
We may have the best seat here.
We do, Nick.
In the house, perched high above the 50-yard line at Bulldog Stadium. Of course, Nashua South has brought a contingent with them from Nashua as well.
Yep. And
all right, Bedford set to kick here right to left. The ball is teed up on the 40-yard line. And Elijah Todd, the veteran senior, set to put it in the air and get this game underway. Nashua South
ready.
with two return men back deep inside the 10-yard line. Ball in the air. It's a short kick. It's bobbled, and the ball out of bounds, just shy of the 30-yard line.
That took a South roll. I mean, it wasn't he did a heck of a job trying to get to that, Nick, but I think that looked like it came down like a cold brick and just went right through his arms, but fortunately out of bounds.
Justin Fish, who has been outstanding,
he
the
has.
junior two-way player.
Oh, he kicked it. Went off his foot.
Three-way player. He's a return man, as we know as well.
He is something else.
As a receiver and defensive back. And one player to watch tonight. Star power on both sides, as we talked about.
Yep.
Jackson, the quarterback, one of the finalists for the Ukeka Player of the Year award, one of the three finalists. And, of course, Brody Helton in the middle of that Bedford defense. He's also still in the running for the Player of the Year award.
Yeah, he's not just a running back. He's a heck of a linebacker.
Four receivers set on 1st and 10. And here's Sam Levine, the senior on a right side run. Can't quite get to the edge.
And who's right in there? Number 21.
Helton going to flex the muscles after making the tackle. That brings up 2nd and 11 after the loss.
He is a truck. And, you know, to have that kind of girth and have that kind of power, but yet speed and agility and finesse, that's a rare package. It gets all that. And he's got it.
A loss of 1 for Levine. 2nd and 11. Jackson has time, goes over the middle. But that one sails a bit incomplete. Trying to hook up with Colvin Levesque. And now a 3rd and long as Jackson just missed that throw.
Yeah, if you look at this thing on replay, you're going to see Jackson didn't have a clear view of it. You're going to see when he sets back, these tall Bedford linemen are up in the air, and he got bumped as he threw it. And he's very fortunate that one did not get picked off because that was sailed by. Yeah, he flicked it, but just receiver wasn't in the location. See what he could do here.
So this Bulldog front trying to get after him on 3rd and 11. Just a 3-man rush. Jackson flushed out of the pocket, throws off the back foot, and
oh, what a play!
Knocked away at the last second by Connor Sturgis. Incomplete. Heck of a defensive play there out of the secondary for Bedford. 4th and 11.
Well, we got a list of big plays, Nick, every single game, and that is a beauty. Watch the pursuit and extension. Remember we talked about him having a quick release and find receivers. Bedford did what they had to do there. Sturgis, watch this. Great scramble by the quarterback, Cody Jackson. But watch this last section out of nowhere. That young man came to play tonight.
Leaping effort by Sturgis, the senior.
You're going to see it here.
3 and out here. And now a punt. This one high, wobbly, and out of bounds. Still on the south side of the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for Bedford in enemy territory as they mark this one all the way out at the south 40-yard line. So a 1st and 10 coming with a short porch in front of the senior Bennett Matthews. He's the quarterback. He's the coach's son, as we know. He's a former receiver. And he's on his way to Duke to play lacrosse next year.
I'd like to see him play football too, Nick. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, sure would.
It's a tough thing to do, though.
That's a lot to ask.
Yep.
All right, a 3-receiver set with a wingback left. Helton is the tailback. Crowd getting loud here as we hear the horn blow from the stands. Right side run, jump cut, but nothing there up the middle for Helton. Maybe a yard as he leans forward. One of the big boys, Trevor Stevens, the senior, with the tackle up front for South.
Yeah, did a nice job clogging the gap there. Nowhere for Brody to go. Brody's most effective place to run is off tackle. He kind of turned it back inside because it was excellent contained there by number 75, and they stuffed the hole right there very, very well. Very important here for South. They got field position change here. They got to make a stop here.
If you're just joining us, first drive for Bedford. South went 3 and out after receiving the opening kick. They put Durso in motion. They keep it with Matthews. He hits the hole hard, and he's got a first down and then some. Down the sidelines, Bennett Matthews is in the end zone for a touchdown. A 39-yard run puts Bedford on the board less than 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, the speed, the open-ended speed. Look at the up-front blocking. When linemen know and receivers blocking know that all you got to do is get Bennett across the scrimmage without any obstruction, he's going to do the rest. Now watch the block there, number 55, a nice kick out. Couldn't tell who that was, but that's all that Mr. Bennett Matthews needs to go to pay dirt, and he did it right there. And you can see this thing coming right from that kickoff, Nick. You can see this thing coming.
Extra point up.
Great kick.
And good.
This is what Bedford is explosive.
7-0 as Matthews saw that daylight and hit the gas. A 39-yard touchdown run, and the former receiver, as you said, Steve, showing the speed.
Yeah.
Just 2 plays on that drive for Bedford.
So much of off-tackle running, Nick, is speed and the angle of attack that you approach the line of scrimmage and how you read the back ends of these blocks. Let's see if we got to take a look at this. Slow it down a little bit. There we go. Just nobody was there square, Nick. The Bedford had a good opening blocking scheme right there, and it kind of created a 45 here. You're going to see it right here. Watch the 45-degree angle that he takes. He doesn't go circling around. He looks for first inside light, then cuts outside. That's what makes guys like him great. And then he's got that open-ended speed, Nick, that's so difficult for even cornerbacks and safeties to catch.
An outstanding athlete, as
sure
we know.
Was.
Standout, as we mentioned, on the lacrosse field for Bedford. And a first-year quarterback gets Bedford on the board here with a 7-0 lead, less than 2 minutes in. So South asked to respond.
Yes, they do.
After just a 3-play drive to open the game, 2 incomplete passes on that opening series.
Well, I mean, you want a crisp return when you open the game, Nick. He'll get an opportunity here.
It's Levesque. Tiptoes to the 25, reverses to his left, looking for the 30. Finds the 35 before he's wrapped up and dropped after crossing the 40. A late flag is going to come out here.
Connor looked to me like he had him inbounds, Nick, when he made the wrap. We'll see here. So good speed. Let me tell you, Connor Sturgis has got some serious speed because this young man has got speed as well. Look at that. He holds on right there. I don't know how that could be. I mean,
it's a hold, Steve.
It's a hold. Okay,
yep.
That makes sense.
Yep, so it's coming back here.
Yep.
As the first penalty of the game is announced against the home team.
Good group of guys out there in pinstripes, in the zebra stripes tonight, not pinstripes.
Yeah, it's been a well-officiated tournament.
How did a Red Sox fan say pinstripes in Bedford, New Hampshire, Nick? I don't know. But anyway.
Figure out where the hold occurred and march it back.
Yep. See, the problem is when you're facing Bedford, Nick, you got to start off because they can score 21 points in 6 minutes. Really, really important here. 1st and 10. They had some good field position there at the 40, but they'll go from the 30. Let's see what they can do.
This offense has been cooking. 31 points a week ago in the quarterfinal win against BG and 44 in the opening round victory against Londonderry. They go back to the ground on first down, and again, Levine Can't find much up front, just a 2-yard gain to bring up second.
You're going to see defensive linemen and linebackers scraping and getting, defensive linemen are getting separation, and they're holding their gaps, Nick. You're going to see right here, if we can slow it down, look at the separation. They can move side to side with the offensive linemen. They are not getting steered.
Intercepted. It's Helton on the pick. The senior makes a man miss on the return, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Just like that. Unbelievable.
Officially a 33-yard return on the pick six. Helton having some fun with the fans.
Oh, yeah.
And Bedford enjoying an early 13-0 lead.
Well, why wouldn't you there, Nick? I mean, you guys you'd sit all week and you're just sitting there like a crock pot waiting or a pressure cooker waiting to blow the cover off. And they have been ready. You could see it with Coach Matthews talking to him last night. He was as fired up. I thought he was going to bring a helmet today. And he just made great. He's so good side to side and makes a great interception right there. And it's going to be 14-zip if they can get this in 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes.
Todd on for the extra point. A high snap, but a good hold, and the kick is up and good. Yeah. So Bedford, they cash in on the interception by Brody Helton. And Nashua South off to a nightmare start here on the road.
Yeah, this I don't want to say couldn't be worse, but this is pretty bad, Nick. Coach Porter has got to get these guys together, whether you call a timeout to extend the time, but they're just not playing with the kind of intensity and sort of discipline that you look. That's just a really, really errant pass right there by Cody Jackson. Nick, we've seen him in multiple games. I've seen him on videotape with elsewhere, and I've never seen this kind of situation here. So you got to give Bedford a lot of credit right now. They came here to play. They brought their big guns. Their supporting actors are doing well. There's a whole production going on here in just a matter of 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
14-0 Bedford.
Impressive.
9-0 during the regular season. Of course, this on the heels of an undefeated regular season a year ago. They fell in the quarterfinals on this field.
Yep.
Just about a full year ago against Pinkerton. Coach Matthews told us last night he's used that as motivation. Left a bad taste in the team's mouth, and certainly they are beyond motivated at this point.
Oh, boy.
14-0 lead. This goes through the legs of Fish before Levesque retrieves inside the 10. Makes his way out to the 14 before
this
he
is
stops.
unreal.
Coach Matthews there by Teddy LaPointe, the sophomore, makes the special teams stop.
Coach Matthews, you could tell last night, Nick, he's on fire. Went almost all the way last year, and these guys haven't forgot about this. And this is something that you feel inside. This is not coming in like a team that's on its third championship. They've won a bunch of them, Nick, but they're taking last year's situation personally. They want to get there again, and they're playing like it right now.
And of course, it will be the third championship overall for Coach Matthews if Bedford gets it done.
Yep.
Bulldogs went back-to-back in 22 and 23. Jackson, early hole here. He's going to escape the pocket and fan by one defender before he's tackled from behind.
He's got a first down.
At about the 24-yard line, eventually stopped there by Connor Flaherty, the senior. But Jackson makes a positive play. That's the first down for South.
Yeah, if it ain't there, don't try to force it. He didn't do it there, and he chose quickly. He saw it. It's not there. They're doing some great coverage here, Nick, on the receivers. That was one of my keys to the game. They are covering tight.
Back to the ground. Levine trying to find the sideline, dives out of bounds shortly after crossing the 30.
Yeah, Levine, solid runner, Nick. He was impressive last week when we saw him against BG.
Cody Byer, the sophomore, with a good tackle.
Bedford lateral speed. They had a bye, Nick, 2 weeks ago. They were able to go in, and when they put up however many points, a lot of points against Winnicott, against a very good Ryan Francoeur team.
Levine right side, make it left side this time. And trying to scratch out an extra yard there. Good gang tackle. It's Connor Sturgis again out of the secondary. Cam Santos, one of the leaders defensively in the middle of that pile as well. 3rd and 4.
All starts with having to kind of double Connor Flaherty most of the time, Nick. He's got to be doubled. That opens up a lot of space for Ryan Helton. And the whole Brody Helton, and they got him on that's a good call there. We were talking about that last night. Good cadence by Cody Jackson. I think he's excellent at it. He just drew a very good Bedford defensive line offsides.
And that should be a first down. If the penalty is indeed against Bedford. And it is. So the encroachment, the second penalty against Bedford in this first quarter, which is just 3.5 minutes old.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Bedford, 2 early scores, a Bennett Matthews 39-yard touchdown run and a Brody Helton pick 6. First and 10 South. Empty set here. Jackson on a quarterback draw. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage by Helton before he goes down at the 40. Helton leading with that shoulder.
Yeah.
And drawing some oohs and ahs from this crowd.
Yeah, he hits hard, don't get me wrong. It's very effective. However, if you got to wrap the person, too. You can't just hit. And what he did was, you watch him, he's not really wrapping. If all of a sudden he gets around that and he gets free, but I'll tell you, it's punishing.
2nd and 7. Jackson, 2 carries, 14 yards from the quarterback spot. Handoff Levine on a stretch run. Again trying to find that corner, but can't quite turn it. Undercut by Sturgis at about the 42-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you wonder why they're running it on a 45 and then upfield 20 yards last week and they're not this week. It's because the Bedford defensive line, Nick, is holding the line of scrimmage and forcing doubles. Connor Flaherty's getting doubled like the last 3 times, and he deserves to be doubled. Don't get me wrong. He earns that respect. But it opens up opportunities for the linebackers to come and fill.
First down stick at the 47. Jackson looking downfield. It's incomplete.
He got hit
3
hard,
defenders in the area. Fish, the intended target. You're right. Took a shot on the way down, but the junior is okay. Meanwhile, 4th and 5 facing Coach Porter and Nashua South.
He got up. I don't know how okay he is. He's kind of staring at the sidelines there. He's feeling that one. He got really, watch the hit here. Oh, right in the back and then got doubled down. All legal hitting, Nick. Nothing in the head, but boy, Bedford's playing some punishing football. 4th down and 5. South facing an early 14-point deficit, and it looks like they're going to go for it from their own 42-yard line. 2 receivers each side, and now Jackson looking over his left shoulder towards the coaching staff. Yeah,
and we've got a timeout here on the field. Yeah,
you got to get yourself together here and really make sure if you're going to do this, it's what you want to do. You have the right play, and all the linemen understand. You go off sides, it's going to be, you got to stay disciplined.
I know it's early first quarter, but already a big moment in the game here.
It is.
South on the road trailing 14-0. Obviously willing to roll the dice here, or at least think about it. On an upcoming 4th and 5, to your point, shows the magnitude of the moment and how the South coaching staff is really taking it seriously.
Yeah,
here.
One of the things Bedford's doing right now, Nick, like I don't care if it's basketball, football, whatever sport, hockey, whatever sport you're playing, in their own way, they're all 3 physical games. And when you get a physical momentum going, you don't give that up. You don't take your foot off the gas on that, and you become a punishing team. Whether you're fighting for the boards or making good hits in the defensive backfield, whatever it is, forechecking in hockey, Bedford's doing those little things that make the game very difficult to pull yourself out of.
Well, Nashua South, after thinking twice, going to bring the punt team on here.
I wouldn't let anybody do a return.
2 men back for Bedford. It's Preston Boyce on a fake.
He's
going to tuck and run, and he's got the first down, but a flag is out. Thrown at the end of the play, makes a diving effort to the 50. If the play stands, it's a first down. Let's see about the penalty.
It says it's on Bedford. Zach Matthews not agreeing. Let's see what it is. Looks like some yardage could get tagged on. I'm wondering if this is a personal foul, Nick, which in that case would get tagged on. Coach Matthews pleading his case to the side judge.
The officials continue to discuss here.
Did you see anything, Nick? I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, we got a block in the back against the defense.
Okay. That's not a very common call.
No.
But it is a legitimate call. If it happened, let's take a look. It's got to be near the point of attack. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Looks like
Santos.
Yep. Let's get a better look at this, see what kind of force in which that happened. Yeah, that wasn't in that picture, but
They're
You can clearly see it.
At the Bedford 41, so South into Bulldog territory for the first time here in this first quarter. They go to Levine. Another right side run, stop shy. Just a yard gain. Again, there's Flaherty at the bottom of the pile.
Again, Nick, we're seeing more of the same on the running plays with the backfield. Not so much with Cody Jackson for quarterback. Anytime there's a handoff, they are taking a little time getting through the hole. That's got to be improved. But the biggest thing is the Bedford defensive line, Nick, is just controlling the line of scrimmage. And it's making it really easy, for Santana and Brody Helton to get space.
Jackson on 2nd and 9 escapes the pocket, breaks one tackle but not a second. He's wrapped around the waist at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, so if they did a fake punt back here, Nick, you got to believe this is 2-down territory for them to get the first down in Bedford territory. Nick, the complexion of this game changed. Everybody can start wrong in the first 3 minutes of the game with 14 points. But if South can answer here, Nick, the complexion can change. The momentum has chances to change as well. But right now, Bedford's making them earn every single yard.
We're just past the midway point, first quarter. 2 early Bedford touchdowns on the board. South looking for their first points here. They need a first down first. The stick is at the 31. 3rd and 5. Jackson under pressure, escapes to his right. Going to tuck, going to run, and going to pick up the first down as he tiptoes along the sidelines. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Jackson, a 12-yard pickup on the scramble.
I talked to Coach Porter on our Gridiron show last night about how he and his coaching staff make quick adjustments. The problem is they got a quick 3 minutes, 14 points. But give them credit, Nick. They've made the adjustment to handing this ball to Cody, to run it and let it immediately if there isn't any open pattern. And it's working for him so far.
The senior Alex Bissonette forced him out of bounds, but not before a South first down. From the Bulldog 24, Jackson again looking deep into the end zone, and it's intercepted by Bennett Matthews, his counterpart. Matthews out of the end zone on the return. There's a flag on the play as Matthews eventually slides down at the 24-yard line. But hang on, there's a flag down back at the 18.
Yeah, blindside block, I think, Nick, you're going to see here, and it was pretty fierce. I couldn't tell, about the judgment call there. We're going to find out here, but he threw the flag immediately. He didn't like what he saw there.
Meanwhile, it's the second thrown interception by Cody Jackson in this first quarter.
Yeah, not a good
decision. The senior went the whole season only throwing 3 total picks. So the Bulldog defense has cracked the code here. The shorthanded interception there. A nice play by Matthews.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on the return, you're right, it's another Bedford penalty. So the Bulldogs will be backed up here inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, the thing is, Bedford, they have good field position, that being South against Bedford. But Bedford's got the ball now without a point answer. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, really changes the game if you get on the board and you get those bugs out and you feel like you put together a drive and finish. To make that drive down the field and throw, that was just an errant throw, Nick. There's just 2 receivers right on it, a third pulling a recovery on it. So there was 3 defenders in the area, just not a good pass.
So Matthews from his own 9-yard line, going to fan out the offense here. 2 receivers short side. They go to Helton. The senior with a stiff arm, bounces, jump cut up to the 15 before he's dragged down at about the 17-yard line there. Tackle made out of the secondary by the senior safety, Jordan Tripp.
You're going to see why he's a Ukika finalist right here. There's nothing here. 1, 2 inside, 3. All right, and he just follows his block there, and he understands space and how to make the most of it. Plus, he's got the physical gifts to make it happen. He just does a great job. He's been doing this since a sophomore, Nick. He's just unreal.
In fact, led the state in rushing as a sophomore back in 2023. He's had an outstanding senior campaign as well over 1,300 yards on just 138 carries during the regular season.
Yep. Offensive line.
Just his 3rd carry tonight. He's got a first down up to the 26. A gain there of 7.
I've watched when Bedford has struggled, and that's not many minutes, Nick, but I've watched when they've struggled, and it's when the defensive line can match up with the offensive line. And right now, the offensive line of Bedford here on the other side of the ball is winning that push of war as well. They are directing the defensive line. We didn't see any of this last week against BG. Just kind of tells you where Bedford is. They're just loaded.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark, first quarter. Just the second offensive series for Bedford. And we have a whistle down on the field.
Wonder what that's about. Officials timeout?
An official's timeout here as they check,
something wrong with
believe, the chains.
Yeah.
Appears to be an official timeout on the field.
So
Nick, one of my keys to the game tonight was to talk about the recovery and the tight defensive backfield play of Bedford. I would say they've met that mark and then some. Their coverage on these receivers has been outstanding tonight. And the normal space that you see Cody being able to throw it to is just not there so far in this game. And as a result, 2 interceptions. And they kind of flush Cody in the beginning. He does better when he says if it's not – Cody almost needs at this point, if it's not a perfect open pass, just run the ball because he's moving the ball down the field when he takes that strategy.
Bulldogs set to resume here. They're going to put Matthews back in the gun.
Yep.
Going to fake the handoff. He's got plenty of time here looking downfield. Gets rid of it. Catch made by Helton. Fans one man and slips down at about the 44-yard line. Another big play there for Bedford.
Boy.
A first down to pick up a 15.
Took it right out of my mouth, Nick. That is a big play, and we know why. They have them back in their own zone, and now they're already back to the 40, and they've got a lot of open space ahead of them, but they got quite a bit behind them. So field position, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable, Nick. Boy, is the temperature dropping down here fast as lightning or what? Wow.
Not too bad.
Wow, look.
37 degrees. It was 38 at kick.
Yeah, I'm a different guy when it's above 70, Nick. I can't help it. But anyway, yeah, the Bedford offensive line doing a great job here, and Brody just doing what he does as soon as you get him past the line of scrimmage with a little open field.
Yeah, starting to heat up now. As he's had 3 carries and a catch so far. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Durso is going to take the handoff here. The junior looking to tiptoe back inside, makes a jump cut to midfield, and does gain the south 49-yard line before he's finally stopped on a gang tackle. That's a 6-yard pickup.
It's just these runners. They're just so elusive, and Durso is so impressive. To have him as your number 2 running back, or number 3 if you count Bennett, is something else to have. That's a 3-headed monster, Nick, to use your term right there. But looks like we got a South player down.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Hopefully he's okay.
Tackle made by Kevin Hamill, and then a few others kind of fell on top of that pile.
He's up.
That's Doubleday down there. He's been one of their better players all season. Caden Doubleday, the senior. Good to see him walking off the field under his own power. Meanwhile, a 2nd down and 4 facing the Bulldogs here as they look to continue this drive, which began back at their own 9-yard line following the Bennett Matthews interception in the end zone.
Yep.
Matthews got 2 backs with him here. Durso to his immediate left and Helton behind him. 4-man front for South. Helton on the handoff is stopped shy of the first down.
Yep.
And again is Hamill in the mix. And also we see Trevor Stevens make his 2nd tackle. So a 3rd down and 2.
Well, that's
3rd down and maybe 1.5 here facing Bedford.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
it's a big play. Something's got to happen here for South. My guess it'd be 4th down territory anyway. However, they need to play.
Durso again on a stretch run. Cuts up the field and does find enough room for a first down before Tripp stops him at the 40.
Yeah, if you're a defensive coordinator here, you don't like what you're seeing right there. Instead of attacking, Nick, they're kind of straddling and backing, and that's never a good situation against. So that means the football team is you're kind of releasing yourself backwards and allowing their running backs green space to be able to push the ball forward, and they're getting 5- and 6-yard chunks here. They got to do something where they really get physical on the defensive line, but that's easier said than done with this Bulldog offensive line.
Final 100 seconds, first quarter. They fake to Helton. They look for Durso on a slant, but that one through his hands and incomplete. The junior has been so sure-handed all season, but couldn't reel in that one over the shoulder.
Yeah, it looked like it was like on his rear shoulder. We're going to see it right here. I think Bennett had him wide open. Don't know if that was tipped or not, but that was on his back left shoulder.
Yeah, bit behind him.
And that also had some pretty good velocity. Looks, it may have been tipped by number 44, to be honest with you. And that could be it right there. It was awful close.
44 is, of course, the senior Bruno Goncalves, who has been outstanding.
Is that Santa Claus next to you up there, Nick? On the screen? I think so. Got my hat on.
2nd and 10.
No deprecation like self-deprecation. Oh,
Helton
good tackle.
Jumps through the line, but you're right, waiting for him on the edge with a bear hug. Who was that? That's if it's 10, if it was number 10.
I think it was.
That was John McDevitt.
Yep. Nice job.
And the senior checking in here late in the first quarter with a key stop there.
Just great containment. We talk about it all the time. They did it last week, Nick. They were very effective at it.
Just a 1-yard gain for Helton. So 3rd down and 9 here. First 3rd and long Bedford has faced.
Yep.
Final minute, first quarter. They keep it with Matthews on a design run, and he's well short. Buried by Goncalves at about the 33-yard line. Looks like 4th and 3 coming up.
Yeah, again, Nick, Bedford is just owning the line of scrimmage. If we get a side view here, you're going to see it. Look at, they're not attacking, Nick, the defensive line. They're kind of waiting. Look at Bedford. Everybody's just driving forward. Look at Connor Flaherty, complete own. They're just owning the defensive line right now, and a lot of it is because they're just not firing off the ball defensively, Nick, and neutralizing the forward movement. You have to neutralize and own the line defensively so your linebackers can get to work.
4th down and 3. Final 10 seconds, clock running.
Big play here.
Late in this first quarter, South in search of a stop. Instead, we get a whistle. And a timeout is called by Bedford.
Yep.
Timeout on the field.
So Coach Matthews, not quite comfortable there with a 4th down conversion, calls the timeout. As we see now, each team burn a TO in this first quarter.
I don't think it's burning Coach Matthews, but I think he likes the direction they're going right now, and he wants to kind of keep it where it is. You can almost sense, I felt the same way. I used to call a play, and sometimes you get moving, and you say, we got 4th and 3 here. I don't want to walk all the way on the other field and have that 3 look differently. I like what I got. We feel downhill. I know if I get this first down, it's going to cause a lot of game change.
Was burn too strong of a word?
Huh?
When I said burn a timeout, was that too strong of a...
when you use Burn and Coach Matthew together, he self-admittedly last night says, I'm one competitive son of a gun here, and I don't think he'd be offended by that at all.
No.
But he's a passionate coach. He gets into it, and, you could see the elation when he ran. He got his players playing with the kind of intensity that he wants. That's just one of the greatest feelings as a coach, that you've done your job during the week.
And again, it just underlines how big of a juncture this is. I know it's still first quarter, but a big moment early in the football game. They go to Helton up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and he is off to the races and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Just a different level.
A 33-yard run on 4th down. A flag is going to fly in the end zone. It may be related to the celebration, but nonetheless, on 4th down, they go to Helton, and he takes it to the house.
Well, Brody got the most. He got a lot of bang for the buck out of that celebration, Nick. He came right up to our camera. I don't know if Ben can get that on replay, but you want to see a joy in a high school football player's heart. You just saw it right there. And I just think that was one of those that's just uncontainable. But look at the ability of him to break. So he comes through, breaks a hand tackle, right? All the linemen have stopped. They're not running. And you just can't get him. You just can't catch him. He's just, it's kind of trying to wrap your arms around one of those big 4-foot street pipes. You just can't take it down.
There's the celebration.
There it is right there. Hey,
he may have said something to Justin Fish there in the end zone.
Yeah, maybe.
And as a result, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Well, he can get a little chippy.
Against Bedford, it'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, that you don't want, but going up to the camera and pointing to the camera, that's a little different. But if that happened, then it looks to me like they were all over it. Nick must have said something there.
Meanwhile, the bottom line is that it's a 20-0 football game here in the first quarter.
This is
potentially 21 as Todd is on for the extra point try.
This is pretty downhill here, Nick.
Kick is up and good.
Yep.
21 zip. on a big 4th and 3. Helton bursting through the middle and into the end zone. Bedford scores on 2 long runs in the quarter and also a pick 6 by Brody Helton. So 2 total touchdowns for the senior in the first 12 minutes.
Well, you got 12 minutes. You got what? 36. 12 times 3. Yeah, 36 out of 48 minutes left here, Nick. That's a lot of the 75% of the games left, right? We got to go to the quarter break.
Not yet. Oh, no, yeah. That was the end of the first quarter. I apologize.
Yep, that's all right.
I lost track of time. We'll be right back here. Second quarter coming up, 21-0 Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Kick it off from the 25-yard line.
Well, what a first quarter.
Wow.
For Bedford, the top seed in this 2025 NHIAA Football Division I tournament. The only undefeated team still in the division and looking like it here. 21-0. They scored early and often in that first quarter. 2 takeaways defensively, including a pick 6 and 2 long runs from their 2 senior stars, Bennett Matthews and Brody Helton. South asked to respond here with Colvin Levesque. He's going to reverse direction at the 35, spin at the 36, and make his way up to the 40-yard line before it's all said and done.
Yeah. There's just an intensity difference, Nick. I'll say it one more time. There's an overall intensity difference between the 2 teams right now, and this isn't the sort of that aggressive play and extremely efficient play we saw last week against BG. And again, sometimes that's because of something you're not doing, and something it's because of the team that you're playing. And Bedford has that sense of doing that against even other very good teams. When you look at the Bedford side, whether it's defensive backs, defensive line, linebacker core, offensive line, skill backs, quarterback, running backs, and receivers, they're all playing high level right now.
Lights out through the first 12 minutes. 3-man front for Bedford, and South begins the drive at their own 41-yard line, and this time Levine lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's having himself a night.
There is Cam Santos, 3rd tackle already for the junior. And you're right, he's been outstanding at that second level all season for Coach Matthews.
His speed is at a full, just a different level of speed right now. Just look like they've bunch of gladiators let out of the cage. Look at this.
Back to Levine, and again he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Leans forward, maybe gets a yard, was met in the hole by Cody Byer. Sophomore with a couple of stops in this first half. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 8 facing South.
Yeah.
Levine has found very tough sledding, Steve. Just 11 yards on 7 carries.
7 carries. I had 6. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 carries for 11 yards unofficially. Just to show you what that Bulldog run defense has done here in this first half.
Completely 2 linemen are drawing doubles every time.
On the rollout, 3rd and 8. Jackson scrambling to his right now. Still looking downfield. Throws across and incomplete.
Oh,
He's
late hit.
And you're right, a flag comes out.
That's just giving life.
It looks
That's
like
a big one.
A late hit against Brennan Krause. He's a 3-year starter. He's one of Bedford's better players, but An avoidable mistake perhaps there.
I think Coach Matthews was talking about him. He along with Connor have just been on the team, played in the championship game against Londonderry, I believe,
a couple years back.
Yep. And speaks very, very highly. He's going to get a little break coming off. Coach Matthews will be all over that. Can't have it.
So on 3rd down and 8, it's a 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Yeah, don't really understand that pass. Cody looks like he's being a little frustrated in the back, on with the ball. He's just got to go. If it's not there, he's just got to run the ball. Because
Sorry, Steve. Meanwhile, penalties starting to pile up against Bedford. 6 for 70 yards.
Yep.
None on the other side against South.
Yep.
Yet Bedford with a 21-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Levine on 1st and 10.
Nice
Good
turn.
jump cut there. He's over the 40, and again a flag comes out late. That one thrown in the area of the tackle. It came late on the play.
This is not the kind of flow with all these penalties that you're looking for in a game. We'll see if we can see any holding there. I do see a kick out. It looks to me like a good block there. Who was it on? Sounds like it was on Bedford by the crowd. But I didn't see anything there, but
still no official signal. Now we get a hold.
There you go. Okay.
Against Nashua South. That is their first penalty of the night.
Yep. So they're going to move it back. And again, that's not what South wants. Losing field position.
Yeah, that took place actually, it looks like in the backfield.
Yeah.
So 1st down and 21 after the 10-yard penalty. South backed up to their own 48. Jackson, 2 receivers each side. Looks left, throws right, has Tripp. It's a screen. And the first catch tonight for the senior Jordan Tripp results in a pickup of about 7 as he stopped at the Bulldog 45.
I know we've said his name a lot, but Camden Santos, Nick, he is having himself a night. Watch his ability on this replay. No, I guess we're going to go here. Looks like we got the...
Yeah, they get right to the line of scrimmage. That's something South takes pride in, that up-tempo pace.
Cam Santos, Nick, is absolutely killing it out there.
Yeah, he's Bedford's high tackler so far with 4.
Yeah, moving...
And we got a 2nd down and 13 here. Jackson, fresh off the heels of his first completion, hooks up again with Tripp. Inside the 45 to the 44, but just a short 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's starting to look like there's been about 250 hours of film review on plays because they're starting to run to the play, Nick, as it happened, as it snapped.
Now Durso was right there and wrapped him up immediately. So a 2-yard gain. And now another 3rd and long here facing Nashua South.
Yeah, anytime you see a defense, Nick, running to the flow of where the play is going beforehand. Yeah,
there's a run call here, and that is bottled up. Through the A-gap on the stop for Bedford comes Alex Bissonette, his 2nd tackle. Levine only a yard pickup, so 4th down and 11 as that Bedford front once again meets the challenge.
And plenty of time here left in 8:40 left. Be an interesting call. I got to believe, Nick, I think he's going to go for it here. He may just pooch it, look like he's going to and then pooch it. I don't know. But this is starting to hit that point in the game where you've got to answer.
They're going to go for it. Roll out, throw.
He's got him.
Tripp is open. Catch made at the 10 and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
It's a big play right there.
So Nashua South puts all their cards on the table. They go for it on 4th and 11, and they get the big pickup.
Yeah, good line there, Nick. Come to Poppert. There you go right there. That is a great rollout, and that's really where I've always said, Nick, he's at his strength is when he's rolled out because the defense has to honor his running game, and that opens up lanes for receivers. Nice pass, nice route run right there.
39-yard pickup. Meanwhile, it's Jackson on the keeper, and he's into the end zone for a 4-yard touchdown run. South is on the board.
That's what they had to do.
They answer the bell. They make it a 2-score game now at 21-6.
They did what they had to do, Nick. You close the gap, 8 minutes left. Now what you might see here is a little more aggressive attitude. It's kind of like a prize fighter. You get in a situation, you start getting knocked around, and all of a sudden you get a few socks into your own, And what do? You start getting motivated. Adrenaline starts running. Let's see if that can happen. But that is a big drive. And give Coach Porter, he rolled it. He rolled the dice.
Extra point from Preston Boyce, up and good. And it's 21-7. So South, they get the big fourth down conversion on 4th and 11. They get it through the air. Jackson to trip, a 39-yard pickup. Just a play later, a 4-yard touchdown run by Jackson.
I don't know if Ben can get. That's just a great. We always talked about Cody Jackson, how well he hands off the ball in decoys. He does a terrific job. But I'd love to be able to see that touchdown pass if we can from upstairs. If we can see that, if you got it, Ben. Yeah. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But if we do, I want to see where that breakdown is in the backfield. I don't know if the cornerback came up and the safety didn't come over. It looks like Ben's got it. So here we go. So he goes out. He gets behind him.
It's just a heck of a throw, too.
Just a heck of a throw and a heck of a pass route.
A missile off the back foot.
Yeah, well,
and there's Tripp short-handed. 3 catches on the drive for Tripp.
We're going to see it right here. Yep. Turned down, and then he turned inside, and he was going outside. And I believe that was just an individual matchup breakdown. He saw Cody rolling out, and that's what makes him so lethal. He can throw it a long way from the run. Big 7 points for Nashua South Panthers.
Nearly 4 minutes gone by. And now a tricky kick here on a squib. It's returned by Sturgis to midfield before he's spun out of bounds by Cole Patno. A good return, good hands. Sturgis putting together a complete first half here for Bedford.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting call right there. To do an onside kick with 8:05 left in the second quarter. You just scored. You're kind of back to conventionality. Try to get that defense, get them deep in the hole. But, hey, you give it a whirl. He rolled the dice for the touchdown. He got it.
Yep.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Instead, another short field for Bedford.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 50, and a quick throw and an incompletion.
Yeah.
On an out pattern, Landon Elsmore wishes he could get that one back. The 6'2 senior had it in the hands, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
I don't think we have to talk about how big this defensive stand is here.
Right.
If they can get the ball back on a punt, whatever, and get the ball back with, 5-6 minutes, that can change the whole complexion of the game. What really is needed with this defense is for them to get really angry and motivated, angry in the good sense of the word, Nick. Controlled aggression, but they got to get aggressive and they got to start making things happen for their team.
4-man front here for South. They're going to bring an extra as well. But it's a handoff left side, and Helton crunched. And meanwhile, a little pushing and shoving after the play.
What was that all about?
Well, a little bit of a scuffle.
I didn't see that there. I don't see any flags thrown.
Nope. Good job by the officials. They break it up.
Yep.
And we live to play another down here. 6-yard pickup for Helton and a 3rd and 4 coming for Bedford.
We're going to see it right here, Nick. Look on your left side of your screen right there. You're going to see him run. There's 62 right there in the backside. That's a good low tackle. And they're both just winging it out. And the ref said, "Hey, starters, you're going to stay in the game, but that's enough." That's good officiating right there.
I agree.
I love our staff in the state, Nick. Just a great guy. They understand what needs to be called generally and what doesn't.
Meanwhile, Coach Matthews is upset.
Yeah, what is he upset about, I wonder? Time?
Got a stoppage here with just about 5 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Looks like he may be looking for a timeout. Well, he's frustrated right now because he understands how early in the game this big breakout is. Zach Matthews, as a coach, understands that you got to sustain pressure for 48 minutes because, just because you're up 21-0 doesn't mean Nashua South isn't a powerhouse team. They are.
Right.
Don't let him back in the game. He's got to talk to his boys right now.
South at 7-2, the number 4 seed. Bedford, the top overall seed, looking for another championship game appearance. The winner, of course, of this game will face the winner of Pinkerton and Salem. We'll look for a score coming up at halftime. How did we get here? Well, Bedford got on the board very early.
Yep.
They force a 3-and-out, and then just 2 plays later, they get a big play.
That's the big one right there.
Bennett Matthews, a 39-yard touchdown run. And then on the ensuing drive, they get a pick 6 as Brody Helton takes it to the house after the interception to make it 14-zip. Late in that first quarter, Bedford adds another on a key 4th down and 3. We get a 33-yard touchdown run by Brody Helton. South responded just moments ago in the second quarter with a Cody Jackson run. Speaking of a quarterback run on third down,
Big
they
first
dial
down.
up the coach's son, and he delivers.
Again, Nick, systemically, I do see a great offensive line at Bedford and take nothing away from them. But the defensive line, Nick, is not providing any real aggressive attempt to penetrate. They're kind of sitting back and waiting for the runner to come to them. You can't do that against Bedford. You just can't. They're just too gifted. You have to go in there and fight it out and win the ball back, get a blow, get a little rest on the sidelines and get back in. They got to get more physical and aggressive, and they got to start fighting to contain their gaps.
They're going to load the box here. Bring pressure up the middle. Vertical pass.
Good defense.
Horizontal screen pass, rather incomplete. Too low for Dursa.
Yeah, well read, well covered
by Pat Node, who was in the area. So 2nd down and 10 as we approach the midway point of this second quarter.
Yeah, we got this burger smell coming over here, Nick, that is just a little beyond capability here.
Yeah, the line in front of the concession stand.
Pretty reasonable
right now, but it's been steady as expected tonight. Really not a seat left in the house. Standing room only here at Bulldog Stadium.
Place is jammed. They're all the way down the back, down the side. And it's a cold night.
And this, of course, is a rematch as well from week 2. That game was down in Nashua. That was a 34-14 Bedford win. 2nd down and 10. Helton left side run. Cuts up the middle, and he's close to a first down.
Yeah, too much waiting.
Tripp and Levesque on the stop. They're going to mark him down at about the 28-yard line.
Folks, just to get it, this is a great play. Watch what happens with Nashua South. The line is not forcing off the ball. They're getting beaten. They push Connor Flaherty. He's hot.
Got a hold here, Steve.
Yeah, but the thing is, the linebackers and when your safeties start catching runners, Nick, that's never a good situation here. The defense has got to get more aggressive. They have an opportunity, 21-7, 14-point deficit, and that penalty's a big one because it's giving them more time to try to find it, but they got to find it here pretty soon. You got to start playing physical football.
Bedford penalty ridden here in this first half. 7 for 80 yards.
Connor Flaherty there last time with a highlight reel block on a very good defensive lineman. He's something else.
2nd down and 20. Handoff. Helton. A little bit of room. Zigzags to his right and is undercut shy of the south 40-yard line. Good tackle there by Colvin Levesque.
Yeah, good tackle, but he waited. You've got to go up and make the play at the line of scrimmage. You can't let him bowl you over. Watch. He does a great job. He's in position, and he's waiting. You got to go up and make the tackle, grab that extra yard, and meet him there. I'm not saying it's easy. That's the only way you're going to beat a team like Bedford.
Meanwhile, 3rd down and 14.
Bennett Matthews is a little due for a run here, I think, Nick. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he's got a keeper going on here.
4-man front. Sturgis in motion. They fake to him. Matthews with time. Steps up, throws deep down the middle, and caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Landon Elsmore.
What a pass.
Able to time the jump and hold on through contact with the 2-yard grab. Coach Matthews dancing on the sideline. And you're right, what a throw from Bennett Matthews. The first touchdown toss of the night makes it 27-7.
Well, I mean, he had about a 17-yard radii to throw the ball from in the pocket. Take nothing away from Bennett Matthews. But let's understand, great quarterbacks get great things done when they have great time and open space, vision to throw. He had all of that right there. And you've got to go up and get that. What happened there was the defender didn't go up and get it, and the receiver did. And this has been pretty much, it's been the underwriting of the game so far, Nick. Is Bedford's just going after it, no matter offense, all 3 phases. That play, you've got to go up and time that jump with the receiver and knock it down. Look at that again. We have time. Let's take a look at that play again, and you'll see what I'm saying there. It
comes on 3rd down for Bedford, a 3rd and 14. All
right,
if we dial up the big pass play as we see it again.
Well, look at the time. Look at the space. Nice block there, and then lets it go, and then slow it down. Watch. Yeah, he's got to go up and get it.
Coca-Cola bottling Northeast.
Yeah.
28-7. A 41-yard pass from Matthews to Elsmore.
You're going to see it here. Number 5.
Levesque.
You can't just run in. You got to go up and get it. He has position on you. You got to go up and make a bid for it.
So Elsmore, who had a drop earlier on the drive.
What a play.
Totally redeems himself.
Yes. Yeah.
With that
That's
catch.
a good point. Yeah.
That's a 41-yard touchdown.
A very
That's
good
also,
point.
Steve, the longest play from scrimmage either way so far in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. How about that offensive line against a good defensive line? Bedford is just, they gave him probably 5-1,000, Nick, before he threw it. And there was nobody within 6 yards of him. He had a clear path and clear vision, and Bennett, you give him that, he's going to get you. He's going to make the best of it.
Meanwhile, Levesque, the defender on that previous play, makes a pretty good return here on a short kick. Over the 30 and up to the 35, 36 they'll give him.
Yeah.
So a good hard return. Meanwhile, South trailing by 3 scores for the second time here tonight, 28-7, trying to get something from the offense before halftime.
They score here with 5:18, go out 28-14. At that point, I believe you do not get the ball on opening. You kick it off to Bedford, so it's going to take a defensive stand. But they go down and they score here. Somehow it's still a shiny lead, but it's not quite the way it is going in 28-7 or 35-7. It's just not the same. This is a big drive for them. They've just got to start playing with the intensity in which they can.
3-man front for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers right side. On 1st and 10, Jackson rolls out, throws, incomplete. Trying to find Fish. And Fish and Helton exchanging pleasantries again after the whistle there.
But that was more just, I don't think, that was right in front of him. That was just more of a, come on, bud.
A little how you doing after the incompletion.
Yeah, I don't think that was by any means anything.
So 2nd down and 10.
I don't think that was anything malicious, Nick, is what I'm saying, at all.
Jackson, handoff, Levine. As the Bedford band pounds the drums, he's pounding the pile.
Hello, offensive line. There you go.
And moving the herd up to about the 44-yard line.
That's the Nashua South offensive line we know, we saw, we've seen. That's a good surge off the line by the Panthers there, Nick. Yeah. That's what they got to keep doing.
Ends up with a 7-yard gain. I mean, probably all 7 after contact.
They won the line of scrimmage. They got to keep doing that.
3rd and 3, they get right to the line. They go back to Levine, but he's stopped by Byer and pushed back by Helton and company. What Byer has looked good, just a sophomore, number 20 in black tonight.
Yeah.
Makes a key stop there. 4th down coming up. So again, a decision for Coach Porter.
How about
4th down and 1?
4th and 1.
How big is this play here? This is a swing play in the game.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go until halftime, and Jackson going to hesitate here.
Yep.
Look back at Coach Porter and change the play.
Yep.
4-man front for Bedford.
Look at a run for the short side here.
Bulldogs will blitz and stumbling down back to the line of scrimmage, but no further goes Levine. Never had the footing, and it looks like Bedford's going to come up with a key 4th down stop here.
Yeah.
I think this will be marked short.
Yeah,
They're about a yard shy.
They're a yard shy. That center, you probably got the 2 best, defensive tackle combo right there, and you go right into them, and they just own the line of scrimmage. Watch the own here. See, it's just watch them. You just look at number. There's just nothing right there. Connor Flaherty in. Linebackers coming up.
Flaherty tagged him down. And
he's a special player.
Again, it's going to depend on the spot here. The ball is just across the 45. We see the chain gang.
I think he's half a yard short, Nick, to be honest with you. I don't think it's even close. No. So how about Bedford there? Yep.
Bulldogs get the stop, and they're going to take over with 4 minutes even to play in this second quarter, already in front 28-7.
Well, Zach Matthews, last night he was talking about how we mentioned the offense and defensive line. He himself said these games are won in the trenches usually. Not to take anything away from skilled players, they are the ones that individual efforts out there that can just change a game themselves. But you need everybody in a football team.
And I believe he started his career as either a D-line or an O-line coach.
I don't know.
I believe his origins come from the trench, in other words. And he's told us, to your point,
he
repeatedly.
He believes in it.
It starts up front, and it has tonight again for Bedford.
Boy.
1st and 10 of the short field here at the South 45. And Helton back to work. Undercut, lands down at about the 40-yard line after a 5-yard gain. Patno, another stop for South.
Well, take a look here. Offensive line got a nice wash block on the on the left side, with just gaining complete control of the defender on the inside, and that creates that off-tackle run. Watch it right here. Completely shuts it down right there, and it opens it right up. Boy, did they get that run through the line quickly, Nick. That's an art in itself. That all comes from the top, all the way down to coaching and philosophy. Get to the line quick.
2nd down and 5.
Same
Helton
thing here.
Got a lot of running room and lowers that shoulder. He's close to the 1st down.
I think he's a little short, if I had to guess. Yeah, they'll be 3rd down here.
Yeah, he needed 5. They're going to give him 4.
Yep. 3:05.
Clock ticking here. There's Patno starting to rack up some tackles.
Good effort there.
Team high 4 now for South, unofficially, of course. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Patno, you are right.
As you mentioned a few minutes ago, Bedford is slated to receive the 3rd quarter kick as well. Keep it with Matthews. Great block left side as the edge is demolished. Matthews with a 1st down and then some. Spins his way at the 25, still fighting at the 24. He's finally brought down.
If you're going to keep on running, that's what's going to happen right there. And a flag thrown. I don't know who this is on, but to me, Nick, if you keep moving your legs, you're going to face that. I actually.
Let's see the officials sorting it out. It looks like it's going to be against Bedford.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think they took that throw down personally there, but by the same token, you don't want to be. I like my quarterback to make one good hard drive at it, and then after that, don't sit there and get twisted up and in vulnerable positions for injury, Nick, because
you see the battle, the effort, the fight there for Matthews taking on
no question
half the defense.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't admire this kid, but you also got that extra yard and a half isn't going to matter if you get injured.
All right, we're seeing that again. That's the 2nd such penalty against Bedford.
That's a big one.
And you can see Coach Matthews is irate along the home sideline.
Yep.
This Bulldog crowd not pleased either.
No. I didn't see it, Nick. Did you get a good eye? I couldn't really see what happened. We were completely blocked out. I think the replay had already stopped.
And again, it's been a chippy first half. We've seen a lot of back and forth with these players.
Look at his knees. They're very vulnerable in that situation. You just kind of want to go and go down.
And that's what Bennett was upset about.
Oh,
then the flag comes out.
Yeah, I think that might have been.
But again, we don't have the audio down there, so who knows what was said. But the point is, both sides were very fired up there.
Yeah, they were both fired up, but when if you as the runner are going to keep on driving those legs and try to break loose because you haven't heard the whistle, then what's going to happen is you're going to have them team up. They're not going to just give up on it. So it's just one of those plays. That's all. Yeah, I think the penalty was after the fact. Maybe a couple things were said. I don't know. Who knows? Let's play football. 1st and 10, nevertheless.
Going to back it up to the 38.
Looks like an explanation here from the head official to Coach Matthews.
So by the way, that play does stand officially for those stat heads keeping track.
Yep.
Back at home. That would have been a Bedford 1st down.
Yes.
They do pick up the 1st down, but the penalty happens after the whistle. They back the football up to the 38-yard line. Fresh set of downs from there is 1st and 10.
And are you going to have a score for us at halftime for the other game?
We are hoping.
Okay.
Absolutely. To
Beautiful.
check in on the other side.
I don't know if Tommy Amina's out there still doing stuff, or that's just.
We'll find.
All right.
We'll find some source, I'm sure. That Pinkerton-Salem game happening in Derry.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Matthews throws down the sideline, incomplete, trying to hook up over the shoulder with Bryson Durso, but it's incomplete.
What an athlete number 13 is, Nick. He is something else. If you look at that fake and then the way he runs it out and he nails the hammer on that throw, and that really was the only person that could have caught that was Durso, I believe. Yes, look at that.
Yep.
Yeah, what a great arm this man has. He can fire it.
2:15 to go, second quarter. Again, Bedford looking to add points before halftime and extend this 28-7 lead.
Yeah, that was a big penalty right there, because if now it's 2nd and 10, they're clearly out of field goal range for, you got to believe. They got to get some yardage here as things roll off the clock, but still have a 28-7 lead, but looking to extend.
Here's Helton. No, they fake to Helton. Matthews drops the hammer near side, but overshoots the target. Incomplete. Trying to go back to Elsmore, who had the step.
Yep.
And now a 3rd down and 10 coming up. Steve, we do have that Pinkerton-Salem score.
Good.
We are going to hold that until halftime.
No, I just wasn't sure if you had it or not.
Yep. So 2:10
No, I
to go.
gave up a long time ago trying to get it early. Don't worry about that.
All right.
I've clawed and scraped many, many times for scores, folks. So
A reminder tomorrow as we get another penalty here against Bedford.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. That's right, too.
We got a hold against the Bulldogs, so another penalty. Tomorrow, we are in Derry for the Division II state championship. Souhegan against Trinity.
Great matchup.
Sabres looking to go back-to-back. Pioneers looking for another trophy in the case, but it's been a while at the D2 level.
Sabres coming off of a very convincing win last week against Pelham, and we were at the Trinity Plymouth game,
Classic.
and that was a honey of a game. What a classic, as you said, that was. So this should be a very good final tomorrow. That also will be on NFHS Network.
Yep.
And Nick and I will be calling the game.
Kickoff at 1 o'clock. Meanwhile, 2nd and 20 after the hold and the incompletion. Little trickery here as they reverse direction with Durso, and he's going to get a chunk of about 10, maybe 11 before it's said and done there. Doubleday on the stop.
Got half of it back.
Yep. And right around the original line of scrimmage.
So what do my guess here, Nick, is they'll try to pass they got 147 and counting. There's plenty of time here to move the sticks again. So a run is totally within possibility here.
Bedford one timeout.
I was going to say, that's accurate, right? One timeout.
Yep.
South's got 2, it says.
Yep. Final 90 seconds, clock running. Bedford a chance to double up as they will receive the kickoff to begin the second half. Helton in motion, Matthews out of the gun, looks right, throws left. Catch made, Elsmore over the middle, looking for a block. He's at the 35, and he's down to about the 33.
Yeah.
Stopped by Levesque, about 2, maybe 3 yards shy of the stick.
Yeah, too much east-west stuff there, Nick. You want to turn up field. Watch. He just kind of overdoes it. I really like Bennett's poise in the pocket right there. He should have just turned up long before that inside contain. You're going to see it right here. That's just a great job by by Bennett Matthews. Yeah, just too far. Turn upfield, lower the boom, and grab it and get it within 1 yard. Now it's 4th and 4. This is a big part of the game, Nick. 43 seconds. They can only stop at 1. This is a lot of time burning off the clock here. Wow.
And now we get a timeout by Bedford.
That's a ton of time coming off the clock there.
Coach Matthews okay with it.
Yep.
Still 33 seconds to work. Football at the 33-yard line. And a similar play to what we saw late in the first quarter. It was a 4th and 3 facing Bedford. They call a timeout. Helton breaks loose, gets a 33-yard touchdown run. Now 4th and 5. Again, the football at the 33-yard line.
I'm interested in the call
and again,
here.
a Bedford timeout.
Yeah, very interested in what Coach Matthews is going to call here, Nick. Do you try to do something down the center of the field, and then you got plenty of time to go and spike it and then put it for a field goal? Or do you go deep in the end zone, maybe try to get 2 plays out of it and connect on 1, and then just give the ball back if they don't have it with 10 seconds left? Interested in the strategy here. He's got a kicker that can go a long way, Nick. We saw it on the kickoffs and the extra points. I would say if he gets inside the, like around the 20-yard line, he's certainly capable of kicking it from that distance, it would seem, from what we've seen on the other kicks.
If they were to attempt a field goal now, it'd be about a 50-yarder.
Oh, yeah, no, he's got to get another
too much to ask.
15-6. I think a 35, 36 to 40-yard field goal he's capable of.
4th down and 5. Here we go.
A lot of movement.
South showing blitz, 3 receivers set. They keep it with Matthews, left side run. He's got plenty of room, dances for a first down before he dives out of bounds inside the 25.
He got what he wanted. And he's probably got 3 plays here, Nick. He can run with his first down. Bennett does a great job getting out of bounds there, Nick. It's that having that breakout speed. He does a nice job of faking upfield, freezes his defender. So watch him freeze the defender, and then, yes, right there, and then he goes out of bounds to guarantee the clock stoppage.
Fish making the tackle along the boundary.
Yeah. Been a great player all year.
Yeah.
Fish.
27 seconds, ball at the 24-yard line. Now you keep hearing those air horns. The public address announcer already scolded the crowd.
Yeah.
Reminding them that the air horns are not allowed, yet they continue to blow them.
My word.
Throw and a lot of contact at the goal line. Flags everywhere. This likely is pass interference.
I don't understand it, Nick. That's just a complete tackle. Don't really think he had a chance to catch that ball. We're going to get a better look here. I couldn't believe the...
Well, everybody looking up into the night sky. The feet get tangled. Ellsmore, the intended target. Fish in there on the coverage. And likely a 15-yard penalty on the way against the visitors.
Uncatchable ball, not even close to catching it. But he knew he got beat. I think he was looking to save a touchdown.
That one technically a 12-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Football at the 24, you get half the distance there on a 15, so a 12-yard penalty.
Yeah, but he did have another defender there in back of him that was in pretty good position to defend it, but it all happened so fast. I think he just made that conscious effort to say, you know what, I'm not going to let her catch the ball. I'll take the penalty.
20 seconds. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Crowded backfield. Fake handoff. Rollout. Matthews looking downfield. Throws back across the body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Tripp. He had an interception last week against Bishop Girton. He stopped at the 25-yard line.
Connor Flaherty.
But hang on. There's a flag again on the play.
Out of bounds hit, I think. I think they're going to call it that Bennett Matthews was hit late.
No. It's a hold against Bedford.
Okay. I thought it was
it's a hold on the return. My bad, against South.
Okay.
That's the penalty. So the takeaway stands, Tripp the interception, and now we wait to see where the ball will be spotted, but it is South ball.
Well, Connor Flaherty, if that didn't happen, I don't want to say saved the touchdown, but saved probably next to 30 yards being tacked on to that run there. But the Bedford had some good backside pursuit there, so you're going to see it right here. Now watch him. He goes out and watch Connor Flaherty. That, mind you, is a defensive tackle and an offensive tackle as well. Need I tell you, that guy.
Wow, hold on here. This is a roughing the passer call against South.
I told you that on the sideline.
So the interception is taken away. Bedford is going to hold on to the ball. You see the Purple Panther fans upset.
6 seconds.
And so a first and goal from the 6-yard line is the penalty. Wipes out the interception.
I thought that was the case. Remember, I mentioned that. I thought they were going to get rough on the passer on a late hit there after he released. And they did call it after all. Boy, what a turn of events, Nick, huh?
I'd say. So instead, Bedford is going to try to add 3 more here with 6 seconds as Todd comes on for a 23-yard field goal attempt from the far hash. He's been perfect on extra point tries tonight, 4 for 4. Snap, hold, kick, up, and no good.
Wow.
That one no good, as it was wide, and South dodges a bullet just before halftime. It stays 28-7 as we get another look there. As I can't tell if that was wide left or wide right.
Wide right, I believe.
This angle will get it.
I think it was wide right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's why it has to be wide right. Oh, that's – ooh. But they were right under it.
Pretty close.
Pretty close, but they're right under it. So we could have a complete illusion there of the actual angle. Might get a little better look right here. We're gonna if we get it up. Okay.
So the 23-yard field goal, no good.
Hard to tell.
South take over at their own 20. Cody Jackson going to take a knee, and
That's
that'll
it.
take us to halftime. A big first quarter for Bedford. Puts them in a good spot at halftime. 28-7. Bulldogs set to receive the third quarter kick. Coming up, a look back at that first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, plus a live look in Derry as Pinkerton and Salem battle on the other half of the bracket. Semifinal coverage continues. 28-7 our score at halftime. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Halftime here in Bedford. And the top-seeded Bulldogs with a commanding 28-7 lead as we get set to begin this third quarter here at Bulldog Stadium. Nick Anastas, along with Steve Beals and the rest of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew. We're broadcasting, of course, in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Bedford, the top seed, and the only undefeated team remaining in Division I, 9-0 during the regular season. Had a bye in the first round and then took care of business on this field in the quarterfinal round last week against Winnicott, and seemingly stayed red hot over the course of the week. Bulldog defense, after kicking off to begin the game, forced a 3 and out. Short punt, set up a short field, and thus a short drive for the Bedford offense. Just 2 plays. 39-yard touchdown run by Bennett Matthews put Bedford on the board early. Ensuing drive for South, interception. Cody Jackson picked off by Brody Helton, who returned it 33 yards for the Bulldog touchdown. And it was 14-0, less than 3 minutes into the game. South able to move the ball in that first quarter, but Bedford kept them off the board. A second interception, this one in the end zone, set up Bedford at their own 9-yard line. Then they marched down the field 91 yards, ate up the remainder of that first quarter clock, and on 4th and 3, Brody Helton broke loose, a 33-yard touchdown run. 21-zip Bedford at the end of the first quarter. South then did get on the board. Cody Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown run. That one on the heels of a big pass play on 4th down to Jordan Tripp. 4-yard score for Jackson made it 21-7. And then Bedford, they got a long pass of their own. In fact, it was the longest play of the first half, a 41-yard hookup on 4th down. Matthews to Landon Ellsworth. So a lot of action on 4th down both ways in that first half. 28-7. Bedford a chance to add 3 more just before the halftime horn, but a missed 23-yard field goal keeps the score where it is, 28-7, with Bedford set to receive the kickoff to begin this third quarter. Some numbers unofficially from that first half. Bedford quarterback senior Bennett Matthews, 5 carries, 72 yards on the ground, a touchdown, and he also had a touchdown pass, 3 for 7, 61 yards through the air for Matthews. Brody Helton, 10 carries, 78 yards, and a rushing touchdown. He had 3 tackles and an interception, as we mentioned, for a touchdown on defense. The leading tackler in the first 2 quarters for the home team was junior linebacker Cam Santos with 4. For Nashua South, Cody Jackson just 3 of 9. 48 passing yards, 2 interceptions, 5 carries, 34 yards, and the lone Nashua South touchdown. All 3 of Jackson's completions went to Jordan Tripp, who winds up with 3 catches for 48 yards in that first half. And tough sledding for senior running back Sam Levine. 11 carries, just 21 yards in that first half, as that Bulldog run defense was really outstanding through the first 2 quarters.
Nick, the reality is Bedford on defensive backfield has outperformed South. On defensive line has outperformed South. On linebackers has outperformed South. On the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line has outperformed South. Run back production has, as well as receiver marginally. Not a big difference in the receiver side of things. However, they've made 2 big plays that have had a big difference. It's just one of those games right now where Bedford owned that first half. It's 28-7. This game is far from over, but there's no question it's really going to change unless the next points on the board, whether it's 3, 6, or 7, are on the South side, because that's what gets that momentum going. South is a good football team. Offense and defensively, they are not firing off the ball. They're not as physical. I do think the second quarter was a far better performance than the first, Nick. No question about it. They got to build on the momentum. They got to score first. They got to make a big stop, and then anything can happen from there. But when you got Cody Jackson on your side, and you get that guy out of the pocket and out running or passing, this guy can score a lot of points quick. He's got a lot of great players around him. We'll see what happens.
Another squib kick to begin the second half here. It's going to get past Matthews, roll all the way to the 10-yard line before he's able to scoop it. And ultimately he's down at about the 15-yard line. So a win there for the South special teams.
And that's what it is. This isn't about, I got to go win the ball game. No, you got to win each play. And if you focus on that from that standpoint, that whatever happens in the future does not matter. It's what's in front of you each play. And if they play that way under Coach Porter's leadership, he's shown what a great coach he is. Let's see what this team can do if they can. Let's see what the halftime. Just getting your team into a situation at halftime, being able to talk to them, Nick, is a big deal as well.
That special team stop was made by Cole Patnode. He was one of the players to watch in that first half. He's the game's leading tackler with 5 stops. All right, so this is the second worst starting field position of the night for Bedford. They did begin a drive back at their own 9-yard line back in the first quarter. They begin here at their own 17. They go with Helton again. His 11th carry of the night is over the 20 up to the 24-yard line.
One issue with Bedford penalties, Nick. They gotta if all of a sudden things start going the other way for a bit and you still kind of commit those penalties, Nick, things can change quickly. So they have to clean up that part of their game. That's an area there where South played a lot cleaner than Bedford did the first half.
Yeah, those numbers a little eye-popping if you're Bedford. Concerning 9 penalties, 105 yards in that first half. Only 3 for 28 yards against South.
There you go.
2nd down and 4. Helton, right side, has a hole. It snapshots quickly.
I think he's short.
Yeah, he's down at about the 25, about a yard shy of that first down marker, as Patno again is in there on the stop.
Well, the challenging part, they've had, some of these, Nick, these 3rd down opportunities here. I know it's short yardage, but if there's ever a time you've got to get off the ball quickly, it's right now if you're South, because all game, you watch. My guess is here they're going to go right behind number 71, Connor Flaherty here. They've done it almost every 3rd down. Unless they were to go completely outside the other way. We'll see what happens.
Flaherty, the left tackle. They do pitch it left side. Here's Helton through the hole. First down.
Fumble.
Ball come out. It did. It's McDevitt on the recovery, and that is going to be, I believe, Bedford's first turnover of the night. The officials are going to talk about it. Was he down?
Yeah,
is the question.
I think it was a fumble, Nick, but again, we've seen these things before. These guys have a tough decision before them right now. And it looks like it's gonna be South ball.
Yep.
That's what they needed, Nick, right there. That changes that whole kickoff, and they're in great position here. Let's see.
There was a fumble on the play, recovered by Nashua.
Yeah, that ball was out already. You're definitely going to see it from John's angle here on the other side. That was good photography by Matt. So you're going to see it here. Slow it down there.
It's a forced fumble by Tripp. It's recovered by McDevitt.
Ooh, his knee looked like it may have been, again, Nick, it's just so difficult.
Right.
You can't argue with the call. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
The ball was out.
Right. Let the officials make the call. It's 1st and 10 South. That's Bedford's first turnover. South had 2 in that first half. Here's a completion to Tripp. Had a cushion there on the outside. He slides down to about the 25-yard line, a gain of 14. He's been the favorite target tonight of Jackson, his 4th grab and a first down.
Nice pass right there. I like the play. Receiver, the defensive back was really playing soft on that play. He turned around underneath, and there you go.
Meanwhile, up tempo, they go to Levesque. His first carry tonight, he's wiped out shy of the 20.
Boy, I got to tell you, this Brody Helton is something else. This guy is amazing. Look at the speed in which he comes across and tackles. He is a cannonball, Nick, and he hits with such physicality. That looks. Who does that remind you of right there from the Baltimore Ravens?
Oh, Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis.
That's quite a comparison.
Well, I mean, at a high school level, that's what he looks like, Nick. I got to be honest with you. He's a high schooler, I know.
Levesque, a 4-yard carry. Meanwhile, Jackson escapes the pocket and has a first down.
Okay.
He's looking to lower the shoulder as well.
Yeah.
He's met by Byer on the sideline and knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, I think Coach Porter is a very good motivator. He came off like a very mild guy last night, but let me tell you, he's got a lot of fire in him, and I think he probably gave these guys a heck of a talking to. And they're in a position right now, if they can bring this thing across the line, Nick, It's 28-14 with a whole bunch of time left and momentum going your way.
Yeah, they get the early takeaway. They're in the red zone here. 1st and 10. Levine back to work on a right side run, but he's repelled.
Okay.
Again, it's Flaherty down there, a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
I'm not afraid to critique in a constructive way, but I'm going to give the offensive line a pat in the back right here because they're doing what I've seen them do all year in that last play. If we can get a quick, maybe we'll get it afterwards. But look
back to the line here on 2nd down and 9. 4 receiver set. Throws right, and this one nearly intercepted by Byer. The sophomore sniffed it out.
Wow.
But could not reel it in. South lucky there. It's an incompletion. Third and 9.
Clearly, Bedford's got some sophomores that are coming up the ranks, Nick. You've called quite a few of them already.
Yep.
They got some players here coming up. Third down here. Big third down. We see what happens on down and distance in this next play. If they get the first down or come up a little short, Coach Porter's got a big decision to make here, but we'll see what happens on this play. But the offensive line on that run before that last play, Nick, clearly was firing off the ball the way I've always seen them all year long.
Meanwhile, a bit of a delay as the officials inspect the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're ready to go. Third down and 10. First down stick is near the 3-yard line. Jackson talking to the O-line, going to drop back. Levine to his left, 2 receivers each side. 4-man rush. Throw over the middle. Tripp with the catch.
He's got a first down.
And yes, he does. He's just shy of the goal line, however. Couldn't keep the balance long enough. But nonetheless, South in a good spot here. First and goal from the 1.
Oh, they're not wasting any time, Nick.
Not at all.
They're going right at
it. The line. Jackson on a sneak trying to go up the middle, but
I don't think he got it.
No, I don't either. Shut down again by Byer.
Good effort, though. On first down, why not? Get it up to the line. I think he's going to be a little short. He might have gained a quarter of a yard. It's going to be pretty close. It looks to me, Nick, like about the 1 foot line on the front of the football. So
spread it out here.
It could be anything here. When you got a guy with the kind of ability that Cody Jackson has, I think he got it there.
Right side, it's Levine.
Wow.
He's into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run. So South, they get the fumble recovery. They take advantage of the short field. And in the end, it's a 1-yard hammer touchdown run for Sam Levine.
The hitting on South side, Nick, coming off the ball, the physicality which they played with there coming out. These are all different. The offensive line is getting it done for these running backs, and a lot more physical.
Preston Boyce on for the extra point. Kick up and good. So South, they get the remedy they were hoping for here. After such a horrible start to the game, they get a good start to this second half.
Well, you take the first 3 minutes away, it's a tie score.
Right. 28-14 here with plenty of time to go. 4 minutes gone by third quarter.
You said it, Nick. It was just a brutal start. I mean, 3 minutes, 2 minutes and, if I'm not mistaken, 29 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
It was 14-0. You take that off the board, and look what you've got. So, and the funny thing is, Nick, not funny, but I mean the interesting thing is that 2 minutes and 30 seconds of 14 points was when they received the football to open the game. So that even adds more. So it was just the turnover but give them credit coming out here in the second half, playing with the kind of intensity you need to try to claw your way back in the game. And I don't know if we're going to see an onside kick here or not. My guess is
they have avoided the deep kick.
Yeah.
And Bedford not expecting it. Helton is their deepest man. Right now he's at the 25.
Yeah.
They are going to backpedal and drop Matthews and Helton back inside the 20.
This is probably the best tandem in all of high school sports for a kickoff return, Nick. Don't give it to him.
Squibb down the middle, a line drive bullet fielded at the 35. A little jump cut here by Teddy LaPointe, and he's going to eventually go down somewhere shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him really good forward progress there, Nick. To be honest with you, I saw him turn around and slip away and then start running again 3 yards back, but they gave him full forward there. So that's a good spot there for Bedford.
You mentioned the class of 2028. That's the sophomore class.
Yep.
LaPointe, a member of that
Yep.
class, making a play on special teams there.
Yep.
All right, so first down and 10 for Bedford at their own 39-yard line. Back to work for Bennett Matthews. The previous Bulldog drive ended in a turnover. Stretch run. Durso runs out of room. It's Patno waiting for him at the edge.
Yeah, just outstanding containment right there. They held. They were straddling the line. And what did they get here defensively? Separation and penetration. They got both of it. So there's the separation, and there's the contain, and there's the penetration right at the line of scrimmage there, Nick. What a terrific job.
And there's the goose egg in terms of yardage gain there.
Yep.
Second down.
Because they're attacking. They're attacking defensively.
Meanwhile, Patnode up to 7 tackles tonight to lead all tacklers.
This is the South we've got to know throughout the year, Nick.
Second down and 10.
But they're playing Bedford. You got to do it every play.
4-man front for the Purple Panthers. Durso back in motion. They go to Helton left side. He's through the line and down shy of the 45-yard line. Ray Karuru gets him loose in the hole.
One of your boys there. You've spoken highly of him.
And Coach Porter did last night as well. Karuru with the tackle. It's 3rd and 5.
And I don't argue with either one of you. This is a good player here, and he shows up at big times. Boy, how big is this play, Nick? With a
3rd and 6.
Yep, this is a big one right here. Well, if you're looking for a more competitive game, it's certainly the opening of the first 5.5 minutes has been pretty consistent here.
South trying to hang around, looking for a stop here. 5-man rush, picked up well by Bedford, but the throw is incomplete. Durso had the step down the middle. McDevitt in coverage, but Durso can't hang on, and it's 4th down and 6.
Yeah.
It looks like the Bulldogs will punt.
Boys, he got a cannon. Look at that quick release. Yeah, that was definitely a catchable ball, but it was moving with a extremely powerful and strong arm of Bennett Matthews on there. To me, he threw a strike right there. Coach Matthews having a word here with Brody Helton on the sideline. They gave him some space to throw the ball, and he fired a bullet.
But a 3-and-out, the result. So a turnover, a 3-and-out.
Watch
the first
the fake
2 possessions
here.
for Bedford.
Watch the fake.
4th down and 6. No fake here.
Nope.
Off the right foot of the punter, Liam Shannon. It rolls out of bounds just shy of the 30. So South, they get the stop they want. They bring the offense back on the field. It's a 2-score game as we near the midway point, 3rd quarter, 28-14.
Well, 1 man defending his house is better than 10 men defending somebody else. 10 men defending somebody else's. Got a little of that going on. You got to have something to play for, Nick. You got to have something to make that makes you believe it can be done. And right now, South is feeling that. And if they keep on going, we could have an interesting matchup here. But if you really want to break it down and change the complexion, get a score here.
Well, here come the Purple Panther fans. Yep. They've made the trip to Bulldog Stadium. They brought the cheerleaders with them, and they're cheering on the offense here on 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, dances to his left, but that is getting blown up.
Yep.
They'll whistle it dead. Again, it's the sophomore Buyer in the backfield for Bedford.
This kid's making a name for himself in a big game, Nick. He's showing he's worthy of playing varsity, and he's doing it tonight. Look at that. Nice turn inside by. What a great job containing, making sure he maintains the outside hip. That's what defensive coaches see that stuff. They like you in the game.
2nd down, 11. Jackson lets it rip, and this one is nearly intercepted. Wow. Incomplete at midfield. Sturgis may have gotten 2 hands on that one.
Yep.
Intended for Levesque, incomplete. And now a 3rd and long facing South.
I mean, I've seen threading the needle between 2 defenders in double coverage. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that ball was, like you said, Nick, that was almost picked. That great Bedford band.
Yeah, they're going to play on here through 3rd and 11. 4-man rush. Screen near side. Levine the catch, but he's swarmed and taken down shortly after. Well read again by the Bulldog defense. Helton the first on the scene for the stop. Sturgis was there as well, and it's 4th down.
Well, Sean Donahue, defensive coordinator, Nick of Bedford, one of the best, if not right up there at the top of the list for defensive coordinator quality right there. This guy knows how to prepare. He knows how to read film, knows how to get his defensive group ready for the game. And, boy, they snuffed that screen pass out. I looked at it, I saw it. Oh, that's a good decision. But Bedford defense just swarming to the football there. So they didn't get what they wanted here. They're going to have to defend again.
Yep. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Preston Boyce going to field the snap here and get off the punt. It's end over end. Takes a bounce inside the 40.
Not bad.
It'll roll to a stop inside the 35 at the 34-yard line.
Well, if you got the kind of some distance, it's a cold night, so it's a cold, hard football. So the thing isn't going to bounce off like it does in September. But they got moved it in the yardage. This defense has got to come up big here.
By the way, Steve, we promised our visitors, our viewers, a halftime update between Salem and Pinkerton. That game is final.
Yep.
The Astros with a shutout, 28-0. So Pinkerton will play for the championship. They meet the winner of this game between Bedford and South. The defending champion Astros still alive under head coach Brian
What's more
O'Reilly.
impressive to me than the 28 is a 0, Nick, against that, that great running offense of Salem. They were on a roll.
Blue Devils end the season with a loss after they had won 6 straight going into this semifinal.
Pinkerton, if you look at who they beat Wyndham, what was it, 34 to whatever, big margin against a very good defense. And then they scored 28 points against a very good defense of Salem. But most importantly, they shut out Salem offensively.
Right.
So sounds to me like Coach O'Reilly and crew have their team healthy and ready to go for the winner of this one.
Of course, that championship game in Division I next Saturday right here.
2 years in a row, made it to the
NFHS.
dance here.
Yes, of course, they were winners last year over Londonderry. Handoff, Durso slips down at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up.
Gets buried by Ted Smiley, the junior.
Yep.
No gain. Durso a little slow to get up there. Now a 3rd down and 5 coming.
He took a shot right there. He's limping right now. He kind of slipped. I wonder if he twisted his. He's going to come out. And in comes Connor Sturgis. So that's a big play right there. That was well contained. This defense is not even playing anywhere near, and playing so much better, than they played in the first half.
Yeah, they've already come up with a takeaway in this third quarter. They forced the 3 and out, a chance to do it again here. 3rd down and 5. Matthews rollout, throw, incomplete, too hot for Sturgis.
Yeah,
he looks frustrated after the drop. 4th down and 5. So both defenses coming to the forefront here in this third quarter. And it looks like once again Bedford forced a punt.
Yep, and we'll see what South can do. Nick, you got to feel they're at a point right now where I'm not saying it wins the game, but the next point changes the whole complexion of the rest of the game, Nick, on the approach that both team is coming from. This is a big – this quarter here, you want to close if you're South with some more points on the board.
On 4th down, there's the punt. Pretty good one from Shannon.
Oh, but went back.
Yep. Takes a South bounce.
They'll
Bedford
take that, I'm
forced
sure.
it down at the 38-yard line. So decent starting field position here for South.
Yeah,
As
Coach.
they bring the offense back on, hoping to avoid a 3 and out. That was the fate of the previous drive.
Coach Matthews, understandably so. Body language is that of some concern and some what would be the word? I don't want to call it anxiety. But a sense of urgency. You can see he wants to control have his football team get back in that emotional and physical control of the game. He's
just over 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. 4-man rush. Screen caught in the flat by Levine, and he turns it over the 40 before he's upended.
There he is again.
That's Santos, who was Bedford's leading tackler in that first half.
Yeah, who was that, Levine?
Levine on the catch.
He breaks
a 4-yard gain.
He breaks Santos' tackle, Nick. There's nobody there. Watch here. You're going to see it. Nice out pass right there. He breaks it. Well, actually, boy, number 13, I apologize, comes back like a rocket.
Meanwhile, Jackson trying to find some room to the outside is pushed out of bounds. There is a flag on the play.
This could be a big one right here, Nick. You got to believe it's a hold. I didn't see. It didn't look like anything that Bedford did on this side, Nick. But you never know.
In the area of the tackle, there's actually 2 flags down at about the 42.
Well, that
line.
changes everything there if there's 2 flags down. We'll see.
Hold against Nashua South.
Looks like both flags for the same hold, I guess, because he's not calling another one.
Right.
That's a big one. Got 2nd down there on that play. 2nd down and 6. And
that's the first penalty either way in this third quarter. After that first half was really riddled with flags, just the first one so far.
You said Pinkerton was 28-0, right?
Yes.
That's a decisive victory against a team that was one of the hottest teams in Division I over the last 5 or 6 weeks, that being the Salem Blue Devils.
Right, Salem had won 6 straight.
Yeah, 5, that's right, 6 straight, not 5.
But the Cinderella, the only road team to win in this Division I tournament.
That's right.
Eliminated tonight on the road as Pinkerton wins it 28-0.
Well,
so the Astros watching the end of this game with intent here, as the winner will face the defending champions.
Gets
next
narrow
Saturday.
at the top, doesn't it?
It does. And, of course, that's a team that stumbled late in the year. They lost their final 3 regular season games. Here's Tripp on 1st and 10 with the catch and a good run afterwards up the sideline, close to midfield.
Well, I know
it's an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, well, watch what he does here. He's just a hard guy to tackle, to get a wrap on. Watch what he does. He uses his hands very well here. He comes in, fakes inside, and look at the straight arm, and that gives him the extra 5 or 6 yards he needs to get the first down.
Fighting with Ellsmore, who eventually forced him out of bounds.
And let's give a huge congratulations to the Salem Blue Devils for their season, Nick.
Yep.
They battled adversity the beginning year, and Steve Abraham, great coach that he is, and his staff there did a heck of a job. I know it doesn't feel it right now, but congratulations. Woo, what a hit.
Catch near the stick. That's Preston Boyce, and it's incomplete. They're going to rule it incomplete.
That's just because of the
ball hit the turf on the way down.
Yeah.
So incomplete for Jackson, brings up 2nd and 10.
What a hit here by Brody Helt. Yep.
Yeah, Helton's been active as expected tonight.
I'll say.
On both sides of the football. He's right around 100 yards rushing with a touchdown. He had a pick 6 back in that first quarter, and he's got a handful of tackles as well. Meanwhile, Jackson on 2nd and 10 scrambles right, got a man in his face, throws
Good job.
out of bounds.
Good job.
And the incompletion will bring up 3rd down and 10. Good pressure there from Alex Bissonette for Bedford.
Let's give Bedford credit for the pressure, and let's give Cody Jackson benefit of getting that ball towards the receiver but out of bounds. Saved himself about a 9-yard loss right there. It's 3rd down and 10. That's a lot different than 3rd down and 18 or 19. So that's a big no play there for Cody.
First down marker at the Bedford 41.
I thought he was going to run it right off, Nick. He kind of was looking left, and then he kind of looked right. Looked like he was going to throw it or run it, and then he just held on.
On 3rd and 10, a 4-man rush. Jackson escapes to his left. Now going to tuck and run and scoot out of bounds where? At about the Bedford 44-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup. And now a 4th down and 3 facing Nashua South. Another decision for Coach Porter.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here. I really was surprised. Did Cody go out of bounds there, Nick? Are they going to get him, or did they just say it's...
He went out of bounds.
Yeah, he went out of bounds. Yeah, okay. Because I thought he was up around the 1st-yard marker when he went out, so he must have stepped out early.
Yeah,
okay.
4th down and 3. Jackson.
They're going.
Again is going to look at the visitor sideline. Coach Porter flashing signals.
Yeah, going to change it up. Cody calling in the play.
An audible here on 4th and 3.
It's a big play here.
4 receivers set. Gun snap. Rolling right, under pressure, finds Levine, catch made, and then a first down is made by the senior running back, Sam Levine. Able to secure that catch up near the face mask and then scratch out enough to keep the drive alive.
That battery of those two right there has been absolutely unbelievable. And look at the yards after the catch that he gets to get his team that first down. That was do or die, Nick, right there. You think about their field position change, that would have happened for Bedford.
Now Levine on the ground, cuts up, spins before Beyer brings him down inside the 25. Inside the 35. Stop made at the 33.
Great carry by Levine, but great offensive firing off the line of scrimmage here by this O-line. This is very much more like I have seen them, Nick, as we talked about all year. They're doing a much better job. They're getting in the bellies of Bedford, and it doesn't mean they're destroying the defensive line, but they're certainly getting done what they've got to get done here to get good yardage on first down.
This one may be coming back.
What's going on there?
We have a flag, and it looks like a hold against Nashua South.
Wow. That's a big one.
Second penalty of this third quarter against the Purple Panthers, and their 5th tonight.
So that'll come back to about 1st and 15. I always say, if you're going to have a penalty you're holding, get it done in the first down. So you got your downs ahead of you. But that one hurt right there.
1st and 15. Jackson on a quarterback run up the middle, met by Helton in the hole, and look at this. Still fighting at the 40-yard line, gets back to the
6
original
yards.
line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Heck of a second effort, 3rd and 4th effort there by Cody Jackson.
Yeah, that's a guy who spent a little time in the weight room. He is strong.
Hoping to extend the career one more game. He's been outstanding really the better part of the last 2 seasons.
I think this is the defining drive, Nick, of the game for South. At Bedford both, but I mean especially South. If they're going to get this thing within a score, this is the time.
Final minute, third quarter, 2nd down and 10. Jackson decides to run again. Zigzags his way for a 1st down. He's still alive up the middle.
He's still going.
Inside the 10, and then finally wrapped up by Matthews.
What a
down
run.
at the 2-yard line. It's a 38-yard scramble for Jackson, and now a 1st and goal coming for South.
And if you want to see a demonstration of why this young man, Nick, think about the odds here, is a UKICA finalist. This is one of the reasons why, because this is what this young man can do. Look at him. He's giving it all. Wow.
Now a pitch on 1st and goal is going to result in a loss as Levine
they
buried
keyed on him.
deep in the backfield there. He's down at the 8-yard line. Santos and company are there. Bissonette as well. Big play there for Bedford.
Yeah, well, you just had the guy run about 50 yards and about 85 yards to do it. And then you hand him the ball to try to go left. You hand it off to somebody else, to Levine or somebody.
Yeah, that was Levine, and it was a 6-yard
loss.
Oh,
it was. Okay, I'm
now
sorry.
2nd and goal from the 8. And this one thrown out of bounds. Pressure again from Bissonette. You had 1st and goal at the 1. Now you have 3rd and goal at the 8.
Yeah, see, to me, Nick, this would have been a good time when you get down there on the line. Call a timeout. Get your troops off the field. And because you've got to get within one score here. It's one thing at a time. Nothing matters at the end of the game if you don't score here.
Well, I said the 8-yard line. I guess I fibbed a bit. It's actually at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, but he was on the 2.
Right.
Get your troops rested. Get them watered up. Get the plays in. But, hey, they still got 2 downs here to do it.
11 seconds remaining, third quarter. South trying to make it a one-score game since the first time since the game's opening minutes. Jackson rolls to the short side, is right, throws, but there's nobody home. Incomplete in the end zone, and now
flag.
A late flag is thrown.
Could be a hold on the defense here, defensively on the receiver. Wow. Kind of like it looked a little indecisive in the beginning, but then the flag went right out. A little bit of a delay, I mean.
Thrown from the back, Judge, from the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's probably going to be defensive pass interference, and it is. Bedford not happy. Student
9
section.
penalties against the Bulldogs in that first half. They had been penalty free throughout this third quarter until right now.
Yeah, they're going to get it on number 1, Connor Sturgis. You're going to see him in the end zone, and he's got a grasp of the receiver. From what I saw, Nick, it did look like he got a grasp. Bedford's penalties, Nick, that's a big one right there. That's a first down now. Big change.
It's a 3-yard penalty.
And the Bedford defense was doing so well stopping them there and had them back.
Football half the distance, placed at the 3-yard line. Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal from the 3. And now an official's timeout here.
Yep. You wonder what they're trying to recalibrate here.
Right now, just a little over 7 seconds left on this third quarter clock.
Yep.
Coach Porter looking for an explanation.
Well, whatever Coach Porter and crew said.
Now they're saying 3rd and goal. I don't know why that would be.
Because they didn't make a first down.
It's not an automatic first down?
Well, I guess it's because it was 2nd and goal.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand.
They're saying 3rd and goal from the 3. It's not going to matter.
As
Levine twists his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a game we've got before us right now. What a huge penalty there, Nick. And what a committed effort by the O-line.
So Levine, his 2nd touchdown tonight, his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter.
Boy, Sam ran with a vengeance there. I started to say, whatever was done at halftime, Nick, these guys are playing a completely different level, and it's very impressive.
Boyce trying to make it a 7-point game. Up and good. 28-21. 14 unanswered points by Nashua South.
It's a
they
game
are
team.
right in this football game with 3 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Well, now think about how you think right now, Nick, at 28-21. That's why you'd use a timeout. You do whatever is necessary to make sure that you score here. No matter whatever asset you have to use, you got to use it because nothing matters. As soon as you get into one score, the whole complexion of the game changes, and we're witnessing that right now with 3 seconds left in the third quarter. What a fourth quarter this is going to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
About to see this Bulldog offense. They have been stuck in the mud a bit here in this third quarter. All 28 of their points came before halftime. Although the third quarter, they've been relatively penalty-free. The offense has been penalty-free, but that South defense has buckled down.
Big time.
And limited Bedford.
Big time.
They recovered a fumble to begin the second half and then 2 straight 3-and-outs.
Whole first half, Nick, they were sitting catching the offensive linemen and catching the runners. None of that this half. The whole third quarter, they were penetrating fiercely, battling for line of scrimmage and separation, and it's been paid off. So the team got to give not many teams can do this against Bedford. This team, you got to really admire them for what they've done so far.
Line drive handled by Sturgis.
Good job on containment.
And he swims up to the 45 before Patnote stops him. Another flag is thrown out.
What is that about?
Jacob Trippin on the stop as well.
Something over here on this sidelines over here, Nick, happened where the flag was. I saw number 30, the special teams player for South, was way over here in the corner, so I don't know what happened.
That's Robert Sanchez, the sophomore you're referring to.
They're pointing towards a Bedford player, to your point, Nick. I don't know if they're going to.
Personal foul, the receiving team.
This is unreal.
Penalty, first down.
Yep.
So a 15-yard penalty against Bedford.
That penalty is going to back Bedford up 15
11
yards.
penalties tonight for 123 yards. Most of that, as we mentioned, came in the first half.
Yeah, I believe that was on Connor Sturgis, Nick, if I'm not mistaken. And he and one of the assistant coaches are having a good talk down here in the sidelines. And so it looked to me like, Nick, we may see it. Oh, okay, there it was. I missed it. But, hey, maybe we can pop that up again.
Either way, Bedford is going to be backed up here. And we're going to flip field position. And when we come back, we're going to get the fourth quarter underway.
There you go.
Anybody's guess. South on the comeback trail. Do they complete the comeback?
Don't go away.
Or does Bedford roll into the championship still undefeated? We find out next. You are watching 2025 NHIAA Division I football semifinal coverage here on Friday Night Lights in New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
All right, fourth quarter underway here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. While we were away, Bedford a 2-yard run from Matthews, and now a 2nd down and 8. Bulldogs have been stifled since halftime. They led 28-7 at the break. South outscored the home team 14-0 in that third quarter, and it's a one-score game as we head down the stretch. Here's Helton. Great cut there.
Yep.
His momentum brings him near the stick and across the 40 for a first down.
Yep. He runs hard, Nick, and watch the choice. He goes out and then cuts inside. He reads blocks so well. That's why he's recognized all over the state as one of the best, if not the best.
And that carry brings him over 100 yards tonight.
Yep.
Unofficially 14 carries for 101.
Well,
He's got a rushing touchdown.
I said you had to keep Bennett and him within 150, and I think they've beat that mark, Nick, if you look at Bennett's yardage and what he's got there. So we'll see.
Play action. Short throw, incomplete, and a big hit after the ball hit the turf. That's going to bring out a flag.
Wow. That's a tough one there.
Jordan Tripp in on the coverage. The senior not happy with the call. Well, we've seen these types of penalties tonight really called against both teams. It's been chippy. It's been fiery, as expected. In an elimination game, the officials have had their hands full.
Yeah, Coach Porter's got his hands in the air right there. You take a look at this one. I don't know how he stops this. I don't know how he stops the pursuit, Nick. Let's see.
Coming in full speed. And you see the contact there. Intended for Zane Baskar, the tight end.
I don't know how he stops that.
15-yard personal foul.
So, 6 penalties now on South, 3 in each half.
Okay.
That one costly. The football crosses midfield and is now placed at the Purple Panther 43. 1st and 10, Bedford.
It's a tough one.
28-21 Bulldogs. Matthews puts Helton in motion. Hands to the senior. Swim move over the 40, and he's down inside the 38, the 37. Levesque and Karuru in on the stop.
And that's what Bedford wants, Nick. Get that 1st and 7, 1st and 6, 1st and 8. And when Bennett Matthews hands off to Brody Helton and they get a little blocking up front, it's almost guaranteed they got, good 6 yards there. That just opens up the whole playbook for Coach Matthews on the field here. So that's a big penalty that changes a little bit of the complexion of this drive. They had him back there. It would have been 3rd down and 7. And now Bedford's rolling again.
2nd down and 4.
Penalties are impacting this game for sure.
Baskar, the tight end, in motion. Low snap for Matthews. Throws into the flat. He's got Helton there. Gets away from Goncalves and scurries out of bounds shy of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, but not before he gets swept. Couldn't be within 1, I believe.
It's like a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Pick of about
So 3rd and 1. Second catch tonight for Helton. 2 receptions for 18 yards.
Yeah, he just accelerates through everything. He accelerates from a lateral movement. He accelerates upfield. As soon as he turns, goes upfield, he can kick outside. He's just a gifted runner.
He's been one of the state's best.
No doubt about that.
His entire career. One of the finalists for the Joe Ukika Player of the Year award. They go to him again. Up the middle.
He's got it.
And a first down.
Well, if you're Coach Matthews, this is what you were looking for. You were looking for an opportunity to regain momentum. Yet you kind of, I wouldn't say your back's to the wall, but you've got 3rd down and I believe about 7 or 6 I think they had there.
It was 2nd and 6 and then 3rd and 1.
No, I'm talking about before the penalty. If that wasn't a penalty, that would have been 3rd down and 7. And
that was a big.
But there's been breaks
penalty.
both ways. There's been penalties called that have been game changers both ways.
Yeah, multiple personal foul penalties.
This one really had an impact at a time to give Bedford an opportunity to get back in it, and they've taken full advantage.
1st and 10 from the South 30. Quarterback keeper Matthews fighting for the 25. Gets down to the 24.
Yeah, and the key is they're getting big cuts, big chunks of yardage on 1st down, and that just sets up an offensive drive. And at the same time, Nick, with a 7-point lead, if they can drive this to 14, the other issue is they got possession and they're burning this clock down. 9:36, tick, tick, tick right now. And if this drive can continue at this pace down, they could pull another 3 or 4 minutes off. So with a 2-score lead, if they can get it in the end zone.
Yeah, the important thing is points here. Bedford looking for a cushion, trying to make it a 2-score game again. Helton, left side run, met by Karuru.
About a yard short, I think.
Yep. Goncalves in there as well. And also Smiley at the bottom of the pile for South. 3rd down and 2.
Well, regardless of what happens this game, which is far from over, you kind of had that feeling. There you're looking at the scoreboard right there with time and score. You know, one thing for sure, South has made this thing a game in the second half, and it's been enjoyable to watch. And,
fell down 21-0 and 28-7.
Clawed their way back to 1 score.
A group of seniors that has put in the work, advancing South to the semifinals for the first time in over a decade. Right side run on 3rd and 2. They keep it with Matthews, and Bedford has another first down.
Well,
down to about the 17.
I'd say you're well within a scoreboard, a kicking opportunity, but that's not what they're looking for here. They want to put another 7 on the board.
Doubleday in on the stop again.
But it would be hard if you're looking at 4th and 7, 4th and 6, Nick, it would be hard not to use that good kicker and get an extra 3 points, and now you're up. It takes 2 scores to tie the ball game or win it.
1st and 10 from the 17. Bulldogs back in the red zone and on the march.
He's got him.
Action throw. Wide open in the end zone is Ellsmore for his 2nd touchdown catch tonight.
He had
this one from 17 yards out, and it's a 2-score game yet again at 34-21.
Yeah, he had Bryson Durson in the end zone as well, wide open towards the back end, and he had him on the right. They completely committed to the run there, Nick, on that play. And that's just great quarterbacking by Bennett Matthews, taking the time, letting the receivers develop their routes, and then he fires at just the right time. That's a big touchdown for Bedford. That's what they wanted.
Ellsmore, who caught a 41-yard touchdown back in the first half, adds a 2nd touchdown to his resume tonight. 17-yard hookup, extra point from Todd is good. And the Bedford fans are back rejuvenated here. 8 minutes to play, the home team with a 14-point
And the blood pressure of the Bedford sideline has gone down just a little bit, Nick, with what they were feeling before with that 2-touchdown swing by the South Panthers. But give Bedford a lot of credit. When you get a penalty and you get a change of momentum, you got to take advantage of it. And they did. That was a nice drive all the way downfield, very well called, great play sequencing, Nick. And they're really in the driver's seat right now with a 35-21 lead, but there's still 8 minutes left. This is really about what South does here with their drive as it relates to efficiency, and they got to get 7 on the board, and then you never know what can happen from there.
Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Been a pleasure. once again to call this semifinal.
It has.
On behalf of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew, we're broadcasting, of course, in conjunction with the NFHS Network. We'll be live tomorrow at Pinkerton Academy for the site of the 2025 Division II Football State Championship between Souhegan and Trinity. That kickoff is slated for 1 o'clock. And then next weekend, of course, we'll have coverage of the Division I final. We know Pinkerton will be there. Will it be Bedford or will it be South? Still 8 minutes to go to find out that answer.
Essentially a rematch
of last year's semifinals.
Of last year's semifinals, yeah.
Of course, Pinkerton beat Bedford on this field and then went on to capture the championship with a victory over Londonderry.
28-0 against Salem. Nobody's done that to Salem, Nick, for a long time. That's a statement there.
Got a squib. Fielded on the roll at the 35 and taking the safe route there.
Smart
is Joe Cudia.
Yep.
Cudia, just a sophomore, does the responsible thing there, secures possession for his team.
Absolutely gets his offense on the field with the security of having a possession here. Don't want to try to do any heroics and put it in your own hands here with about 5 black jerseys coming right at you. That was a good, smart thing to do.
So here comes South.
Yep.
Fighting a two-front war here. Bedford and the clock. 8 minutes remaining in regulation. They need 2 touchdowns. Jackson has ignited this offense, especially in the second half. A rushing touchdown to his credit before halftime. He got his team in striking distance. Sam Levine has done a phenomenal job with 2 scores since the break. Meanwhile, screen pass. This is Justin Fish. Haven't said his name too much tonight. The junior makes his first catch out to the 44 for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, they picked him up pretty well, Nick, defensively when he's had his opportunities. He fights for good ball player, excellent football player, and just had plenty of defensive pursuit there right after he caught the ball and came down, but he got 6 yards.
2nd and 5. They put Fish in motion. They fake to him. Jackson has to escape to his right. Going to tuck and run and pick up a first down into Bulldog territory. Knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Santos and Durso are there for Bedford.
I tell you, when I see a player, a running back or a quarterback, and you're trying to save time in the clock, you're down 2 scores, and watch him fight for that out of bounds. He got his first down, and then he pushed it all the way out of bounds, stopped the clock. Those are big things that later on in the game mean a lot.
11 yards on the run. First down and 10. Again, Jackson escaping the pocket. He's done that often tonight. And a little burst of speed before he gets out of bounds is enough for a first down.
This is when South's offense is at its best, is get Jackson out of the pocket and in that running game. And did you see the way that receiver worked his way down as if he was a receiver? And as soon as Jackson hit the line of scrimmage, he goes into block mode. That's play by design. If nobody's open.
14 yards on the pickup. First down South from the 31 of Bedford. Right side rollout. He's got plenty of time. The senior back to his left. Now goes up the middle. Is hit. And they're going to give him forward progress at about the 27.
Yeah, probably once he had the opportunity, Nick, to get out on far left here. You're going to see it on the play. He turns. He goes the other way. Really thought he could sprint it away with a good block inside. He just didn't want to take the chance. He grabbed the 4 yards.
Eventually, Paul Gaudreau, the junior, stood him up.
Yeah. Yeah,
4-yard pickup for Jackson and a second down coming.
Jackson in incredible shape, Nick, but you want to manage his stamina here just a little bit. He's expending a ton of energy.
Heading towards the midway point,
yeah,
fourth quarter, and a great two-hand grab. Preston Boyce along the sideline.
Yeah. And then
showing you he's more than just a kicker.
You're going to move the stick, so that'll stop the clock. This is a very, very efficient drive, folks. If you're down 2 scores and you're Coach Porter, you've really calling a good one right here, and your guys are executing well for you on efficiency management on the field.
8-yard pickup. South gets right to the line here. Just over 6 minutes to play. Right side rollout on 1st and 10. Throws off the back foot. Intercepted. Picked off. And it's Elsmore on the return up to the 20. third takeaway tonight by this Bulldog defense. Third interception thrown by Jackson.
Yeah, just an ill-advised throw here, Nick. You got triple coverage he's thrown into 1, 2, 3 right there. And his receiver was the one who was least capable of catching that ball. That's just a bad decision there by Cody. He literally runs it downfield with tremendous precision, makes a whole bunch of great decisions. That just wasn't the best one there. And Bedford in the driver's seat at this point.
Yep.
This is all about clock control, possession, control the clock here, and being able to run Brody and Bennett
and what a night
behind
tonight
that offensive line.
For Landon Ellsmore. 2 touchdowns in the receiving game on offense, a big-time red zone interception here in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
He's a multi-sport athlete. He's a member of that championship basketball team as well. Meanwhile, Helton is over the 20. And now we get a quick whistle. They're going to spot the ball at the 24 as Nashua South is going to take their first time out.
Yeah,
Coach Porter just inside of 6 minutes deciding to stop the clock.
Yeah, you got to make a decision. Either do it now or do it later and let him run it down.
Right.
He's basically saying, look, we've got to stop them here on this one. I'm going to burn my timeouts to protect as much time, get the ball back if we can. And totally understand Coach Porter's strategy right here. If you're down 1 score, might be a little different story. You might say, hey, I'm just going to make sure somewhere on the line here we get it back with 2 or 3 minutes on the clock before I start worrying about burning them. But he's trying to get ahead of the curve here. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. They really need to close it right here. Get the ball back.
Bedford looking for their 11th win of the season. A perfect 9-0 regular season record earned them the top overall seed and a bye in that first round. They beat Winnicott in the quarterfinal and are looking to hang on here against Nashua South to punch their ticket to their third Division I state championship game in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Out of the timeout, 2nd down and 6. Matthews hands to Helton, left side. He's got a hole, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, that's
slices over the 30 up to the 32 for a gain of 8.
You know they're going to ride the bus. The problem is on the offensive line gets the surge, and you just get Brody across the line of scrimmage. Watch him. He's past the line right there, and look at him. He grabs an extra 4 or 5 yards just on that. He's just an incredible force out on the football field when he's got the ball in his hand.
Caden Doubleday up front. He's had a handful of tackles, and he may not be at quite 100%. We saw him take a couple of plays off slow to get up back in that first half, but he has really anchored that defensive line, not just tonight, but all season for Nashua South.
So South can stop it. What I see is 2 more times. I'm sure they'll be expended at this point. He down 2 scores.
1st and 10, Helton. A little hesitant at first. That's because it's not Helton. That is Winston
Number 7.
Hyam, junior running back, 5'8", 170-pound. Hyam with his first carry tonight.
Yep.
It comes with 5 minutes and change to go in the fourth quarter, and it produces a 4-yard gain for Bedford. Meanwhile, timeout number 2 taken here by Nashua.
Yeah, you got to burn them. You just got to hope the defensive stops them. Not much you can do there.
So Coach Porter is left with just 1 remaining.
South has made this game exciting, but Bedford you give them a little bit of light, Nick, to close a game. They're just a lethal force when that offensive line gets out there. But that defense tonight, one of the keys to the game was the offense. It was the defensive backs I talked about with Bedford. How well do they cover against this defense? I think on that particular key, they're proven tonight that they were up for the challenge. So far.
Coach Matthews told us his team was really rearing to go last week against Winnicott. They had the bye week, kind of sat around watching football, missed the game action. They get back in, they put up 34 in a win
they want to play
over the Warriors. Tonight, 35 points so far against Nashua South. Another thing that Coach told us last night that stuck with me was, you know what, a win for us just ensures another week together.
That's right.
As a team moving forward, a chance to extend the season.
Yep.
2nd down and 7. Handoff up the middle.
That's a big stop.
As Durso, the carrier, is repelled up the middle. Tripp joins the party for South on the stop. Let's see where they mark it at about the 36.
Yeah. Going to burn his last time out. Stop it.
Yeah, this is the last stand here for South. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Coach Porter's done everything in my view, Nick, everything he can game management-wise through this series here that he possibly can do. He burned one. They got the first down. He's got 2 left. They made the stop, put the game on the line right here, basically saying, you got a first down here. There's not much I can do about it. So he's given his defense an opportunity to make a stop. Bedford's going to do everything they can to overcome that. They get a first down here, other than a fumble or something like that.
Of course, the Purple Panthers, they have been, frankly, better on defense, much better than they were in the first half.
Totally different team.
28 before the break, and then again came out guns blazing in that 3rd quarter. Took a fumble away from Bedford, forced 2 straight 3-and-outs, and ultimately narrowed the gap to just 7 points to begin this 4th quarter. But then Bedford did put together a long drive and reestablish that 2-score lead.
I think before they run the next play, I think the big issue here, Nick, was that Cody Jackson, they were playing soft and allowing him to run around the corner. I would have just kept on running him until he couldn't do it anymore, until they came up. Here we
go.
See
what they do here. 3rd
Double
and 7. South out of timeouts. They keep it with Matthews. Left side run. And he meets Patno at the edge. Karuru going to finish him off shy of that first half.
They did it.
First down, rather. Just a 1-yard gain. So 4th down and 5 coming up.
And they're going to burn to a little clock right here without those timeouts. They'll probably get this thing down to 4 minutes before the punt. So I think it'll be about 4 minutes of on change of possession right there. I don't think it's a huge advantage to get a good run back here. I think you probably put the little risk calibrator up a little bit and go after this ball if it's in the air, Nick, and try to get a straight run up the gut and get it inside of Bedford territory, because time will be without any timeouts or stoppage. But you do have Cody Jackson.
Shannon.
Whoa!
It's blocked.
Or that.
Loose ball near side. McDevitt going to fall on it, and South has the football at the Bedford 37.
Wow.
Special teams factoring in again tonight, this time in Nashua South's favor. Big play by the Purple Panthers.
Well, I got to tell you, you look at this. This is a huge play. This team doesn't give up. Wow. And I have to tell you, Nick, I was hoping from a South standpoint, if you're looking from what you're hoping to get there, I was, thinking, get back to the 45. That gives South a chance.
Right.
Well, they're already on the 37 here.
That's the second fumble, technically, I guess, a fumble recovery by John McDevitt tonight. The punt was blocked by guess who? Cole Patno, who has been outstanding tonight with 10 tackles. So South still with a little bit of life here, down 2 scores, and they're going to pick up 8 yards on first down through the air as Jordan Tripp makes another catch.
Yeah, they got to hurry up here, though, Nick. They got 2 scores they got to get.
Jordan.
Bedford more than happy to contain that. Nice job on defense, staying behind them and not give him any more than that.
I called him Jordan Tripp. Of course, it's Josh. 2nd down and 2.
He'll forgive you.
3, catch near side, made by Levesque, but hang on, a flag is down in the backfield. If it stands, it's a first down.
No,
it won't. It's a hold against Nashua South.
Yeah, that's a big one. Well, it stops the clock, but you lose yardage here. And
looks like this one's going to go against the Panthers.
That's the 7th penalty tonight against South, the 4th of the second half. And this one will be backed up to the 39-yard line. 3.5 to play. So 2nd and 2 turns into 2nd and 12.
Yep. I would read this defense. My guess is they're going to play kind of soft on it.
Yeah, it looks like just a 3-man rush. Jackson steps up, throws a strike, and it's broken up again by Sturgis.
Good try. Good try right there. That's the kind of what you need, Nick, at this point. And that's just great defensive back. Again, we come back to that big key of this game, that the defensive backfield has just done a terrific job making big plays at big times. They really have. And the coverage, Nick, and the recovery after the ball's in the air, the recovery speed of the Bedford DBs has been just unbelievable, and the athleticism, as you see right there.
Right.
And then they've also got number 7 going down there as a tackler for support. They've done a great job tonight. I think it's been a big factor in this game.
3rd down and 12, empty set. Screen pass. Levine on the catch, taken down, well shy of the first down. Tackled there by Flaherty. Looks like fourth down and 4 after that catch by Levine.
Yeah, at this point you need to get the first down, Nick, and at that point you got to pretty much be looking towards the end zone. You can't run the football really and burn that amount of clock being 2 scores down. Yeah, I don't know.
Quick snap up the middle, and still fighting, looking for that first down is Jackson. But I believe he's going to be short.
Yeah. So
Santos with the stop, his 7th tackle tonight, a team high for Bedford.
Nick, you got to give Bedford, with all the penalties, you can talk about all the negatives that a team has and things they got to clean up and this, that. But let me tell you, they have fought a very, very good team tonight, and they fought a good fight in doing it. And this is a game where the defense, Nick, has just really done a terrific job. But Bedford's done what they had to do to keep that spread throughout the game. Sometimes it wasn't all pretty. Other things they want to work on, yes. But you got to give them a lot of credit with coming up with big results when they needed it the most in the game to keep that spread. They get close 1 score, and then they were able to get another score, keep 2 ahead, and that's been big.
Now Bedford a chance to put this one to bed. A 2-score lead, the football, and South is out of timeouts. Helton on a left side run over the 30 up to the 33, maybe the 34. Either way, a gain of 4 there, and that clock is ticking. Down to 2.5 to go.
We saw in the semifinal game last week with Trinity and Plymouth, Nick. We saw a lot of penalties in that game too.
Yeah,
that just. If you're gonna make an infraction, they're gonna call it, and they've been very consistent on that. In calling what they see, and I've seen it consistent here on both sides today.
A grand total of 18 accepted penalties tonight combined.
Yeah, that's a lot of laundry.
Yep. 2nd down and 6. Bedford working the play clock. They snap. They hand off. Helton right side, met by Smiley in the hole.
And the personal fouls, Nick, have been many as well in that 18 penalties assessed. There's been quite a few personal fouls. I don't know how many you got, but I want to think there's at least been 5, right? 5 personal foul calls.
Sounds right. There's been
close to a third of them. So
5-yard pickup for Helton.
Motions run high.
Another stop for Smiley, who has played well up front. Now a 3rd down and 1. Final 100 seconds here in regulation. So it looks like it's going to be Bedford and Pinkerton.
Yep.
In the end.
Well,
probably the 2 preseason favorites.
I would say yes.
Are going to meet.
Well, they've been 1 and 2 all year, right? In our power poll,
most of the year. Again, Pinkerton slipped a bit with those 3 consecutive losses. 2 of those in state. They still get themselves a bye. They get right with that week off, and now 2-0 in this tournament.
Pinkerton's healthy. That's the key right now. They weren't healthy through that stretch. And they went down to Andover, and I heard through a couple of different people, they really got banged up in that game. And now they've healed. And when you beat Wyndham with that score, and now you beat Salem and shut them out, boy, this championship is going to be one heck of a football game, which we'll be doing. And look forward to that.
Next Saturday, Division I final. Tomorrow is the Division II championship.
We'll be
between
doing that
Trinity
as well.
and Souhegan.
Look forward to that, Nick.
Out of the gun, Matthews takes a snap and takes a knee.
You got to give Bedford Bulldogs a lot of credit here, Nick. They battled through some adversity. I also give South a lot of credit what they attempted to do the second half.
Yep.
I think this is a tie score in the second, right?
And really one of the best seasons the program has had as of late. Their first trip to the semifinals in over a decade.
First year for Coach Porter.
First year for Coach Porter. A lot of that staff is new, as Coach highlighted last night. They're going to lose a lot of good seniors.
Yep.
But certainly the pieces are in place for them to be competitive again next year.
To reload, yep.
Meanwhile, that's going to do it. Bedford is celebrating. They are now 11-0 and are 1 win away
some fireworks
from a championship. It'll be Bedford-Pinkerton next weekend as the bombs explode overhead here at Bulldog Stadium. Fireworks and singing in celebration. 35-21 is the final score.
What a nice touch. Good job, buddy.
Big
Good
time
to see
victory.
I got a bad shoulder. So.
For Bedford as they get it done, salting things away in that second half despite South narrowing the gap to just 1 score to begin the fourth quarter. Helton, another big night, goes over 100 yards on the ground, scores a total of 2 touchdowns. That included a pick 6. which helped Bedford get out to that hot start. And in the end, he's the closer, as he usually is. Puts South to bed in this fourth quarter. Great effort on the other side for Cody Jackson. It completes a career.
What a guy to watch.
And perhaps not his best game tonight against this talented Bulldog defense, but still an outstanding career and a well-deserved Ukika Award finalist. And Cole Patno as well, Steve.
Yes.
11 tackles
Absolutely.
tonight. Led the way on both sides.
Played
he
his heart
also
out.
blocked a punt in his final game as a high school player.
Came to play tonight. Look, this South team, Nick, has given. We've seen them a lot this year. We like to cover their games. We did. We've enjoyed this football team. It's hard to take right now, but congratulations, South. I'm sorry, to an incredible season that you guys have and the performance that the school put on. They were a model of a transition with a good group of guys, and they came back and they fought hard. And I tell you, go home after knowing what you did in that second half with your heads high because you guys played your hearts out and tried to get back in it. You take 14 points away in the first 2 minutes and 35 seconds. This is a tie ball game at this point. That's the way you got to look at it. Cody Jackson, as good a quarterback as any in the league. But let's go turn the shift a little. Bedford just had Coach Donahue come over and give me a bear hug. Boy, he's a bull. He used to play for Stonehill College, I believe. But he had himself a defensive program for his Bedford team tonight that really came through. The defensive backfield, defensive line, all aspects of the defense were running, Nick. This game, if you're going to give a quick overview, is Bedford did what they had to do in the beginning. They took advantage of every opportunity. They won the first quarter at home, and that's a big advantage when you win the first quarter at home. And then they fought that you got to give South all the credit in the world what they did, but then Bedford, right as they needed that momentum gain, they took advantage of a penalty that they had and that was against South, and then they took that opportunity and they made full use of it and went down and scored.
Yeah.
And then that was pretty much it. And then look at the defense, the way they came up here in the secondary, get an interception just when Cody's starting to move that ball downfield. Things look optimistic for South, and then they move the ball down the field, and then that great defensive backfield with the recovery speed they have get it done. What a game, what a football game. Two great football teams enjoyed this game, and
one of Bennett Matthews'
proud of both of them.
Better performances tonight as
Bennett
well.
Matthews is special. 2
touchdown passes, both to his classmate Landon Elsmore. He also had a rushing touchdown, the first one scored tonight by either team, and he had an interception on defense.
Absolutely.
Back in that first quarter
and in the trenches, Nick,
as well.
Every one of the Bedford trenches deserves a tremendous amount of credit tonight, but my boy Connor Flaherty took over the game in the trenches. He was just a wild man on there defensively and obviously the most disruptive lineman that was on the field tonight over and over. That's why he's probably going to be a Division I football player. Very proud of his performance tonight and the whole offense and defensive line of Bedford. And Brody Helton, what a stud. He's just a hammer, Nick. And he sets this physical tone, he and Bennett, on this team. They set a physical tone that's so high and so, constructively violent in the sense that they're going to put their physicality on the football field, and they're going to be an intimidator. And they were fierce tonight.
We're back at it tomorrow in Derry for a 1 o'clock kick between Trinity and Souhegan. That's the Division II state championship game. Sabres hoping to go back-to-back. Our pregame coverage begins at 12:45. And, of course, the only place you can watch it live is here on the NFHS Network and NFHSnetwork.com. Want to thank Corey Parker and his staff here at Bedford High School. The Bedford AD doing a great job as usual. He had perhaps one of the best seats in the house as well down there on the field at the 30-yard line.
I don't see him sitting much. He's running around like the Energizer Bunny all the time.
At one point,
did you?
Things out.
So that's a rarity. Take a picture, a still shot of that.
And got to thank, of course, our sponsors at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, doing a great job this season as well. That's, of course, Beals Insurance, Accurate Tree Service, Jewett Construction.
Thank you, guys.
MG Sports Fundraising, and TKQB Academy. All right. For our crew here at Friday Night Lights in New Hampshire, that includes John Barron and Matt Beals down on the field.
Great job, guys.
Kristen Beals in the captain's seat tonight up here with us.
Suffering the cold.
Fabulous job. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For the big man in
See
the
each
big
other
chair,
tomorrow.
Steve Beals, our executive producer.
Good to be with you, Nick, as always.
My name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time. Bedford 35, Nashua South 21. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, broadcasted in conjunction with the NFHS Network.